Hello, boys. Oh, boy. So some of y'all didn't know what we were talking about, huh? I was hoping today we could just talk about Harsetti and like not Amiki Harsetti waiting room, but man, I woke up to a lot of DMs about all this stuff going on, man. What up, Ryan, Milton, and Alex? I see y'all over there. And a tier TA. I got 2 mods on YouTube, man. Jesus. New intro? Urgent. You've seen that intro, man. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, brother? There's more juicy stuff? Okay. I'm just gonna... We'll talk about all of it, guys. But is there anything I'm not privy to? Let me show y'all. Okay, here's what I've seen / heard so far. I was gonna say, Pearl, read the goddamn room, but you know what? I think we could all use a little laugh right now. Thank you, brother. Sam, yeah, we're gonna talk all about it. We're gonna talk all about it. Jesus, now I can't even remember. Oh yeah, I was writing a list of the here, I'll show you guys while I write it down, just so we can all be on the same page. I know Yameen's you sent me. Who was it? Coven. I think even Grim was sending me some stuff. Okay, so here's the first part, right? If y'all haven't seen this, guys, and I'll write this down and we'll talk about each one individually. But CNE7 gets extra event that gives 2 level 88 gears, which, by the way, I think in the comments, right, they say the stats. It's like torrent gear, which seems really good. 42 million gold. That's the one I'm kind of jelly about. Guys, I would really like some gold right now to do some shop refreshing. 300 charms and more. I know a lot of people wanted the charms, but honestly, for me, I don't roll gears, so I like the gold. But yeah, this is a lot of stuff, right? And I can talk about, my stance is always changing on the CN, what we get, what they get. We'll talk about that later. But let me just write that down, because there's other stuff too, guys. It's not just that, right? So more CN versus global reward diffs. Okay, that's number 1, right? That's 1 point. Other point is the coin shop rotation change. It's like a debate, but I don't know the full details, so I'm not going to put the word debate. But it I'll show this one to you guys as well right here. Hold up. So initially when the stove post came up, right, guys? And here's where y'all got to fill me in. And please, unless it's speculation, only say if you know for sure or not. But martial artist Ken, May, Chloe, Little Queen Charlotte were on there, yeah? And then, or sorry, Blood Moon Haste, Briar Witch, Icera, Fallen CC were there initially. And then it was changed later to Martial Artist Ken, May, Chloe, Little Queen Charlotte, which, by the way, we can all agree, way worse, right? Like Blood Moon Haste, I know, is a big one everyone wanted. So that's kind of weird. I did hear, though, guys, that there was a... people were complaining. Did Briar Witch get a rerun? Or she was already on the coins a while ago? I heard some people were complaining about that, and so they think maybe Smilegate changed it, and then, you know, you ask for something, you get it, but it's the monkey paw situation. Either way, tell me if y'all know about that, and if we don't know anything about that, then it is what it is. Yeah, I was just looking through the stove post, and someone said something. Here, you know, why don't we look at that together? Hold on. Yeah, means, let me see. I know you linked it to me. Let's go take a look here real quick. The only thing reasonable to complain about is a coin shop. Meep, I used to be, I think I was one of the first ones to say it about the, you know. I'll talk more about this China versus global rewards in a sec, but my stance is changing, dude. Also, ATK, I think it's been, what, like a month? I think it's time, brother. Can I go back? My eyes are hurting, dude. Have mercy on me. All right. ATK, please, brother, just for this. It's too bright, man. It'll make me... Wait, you want me to be angry? I'm trying to stay calm right now, dude. I thought we're trying to keep the peace, and I'm just trying to give the information out. Man, Dude, I'm getting Palpatine right now. Smile against the real. That Crank, thank you for ATA. All right, for you, I'll put it back on, but we gotta. I'm gonna have to. We gotta renegotiate. Okay, like refinancing, man. I need some reparations for my eyes. Okay, I did. Yeah, there's something to talk about this as well, right? Is it Zongli? The CN publisher or whatever. Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that as well. All right. Let me see the comments real fast. Zlong Games. Okay, Zlong. I want to make a joke about that already. What up, Demon? Demon, it's not even about the hate channel anymore, man. Poppy stream channel. You know what, Meep? We could do a little voice. I do got to fix it for YouTube, though. I don't want to leave them hanging. They couldn't hear Tristan yesterday. But yeah, we can troubleshoot that. Yeah, maybe, guys. I don't know. Spicy take day on Discord. All right. Oh, this one, right? I think this is the comment, guys. So maybe this is when the post first came up. Last July. And by the way, guys, I'm assuming they mean this year's July, right? Not 2023 July? 2024 July? There was a nice area? Is that true? And now she's back in the coin shop. So this is what I was talking about, where people were saying that Stove was kind of complaining that Iceria is there again. Bryceria is there again. And then Smilegate is like, oh, you didn't want Bryceria? All right, guys, we'll change it. And then and then they changed it to, you know what we have here, dude. Right? That's what I'm commenting on. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not, but yeah. You got pitchforks, all of this? Damn, dude. My man is a businessman. All right, Crank, behave yourself, man. That was cringe. What up, Boyle? Sup, Car? I hope you've been good a while. Are you excited for Harsetti? Batman, I am excited, dude. Winter is Malding. Oh, because of BM Haste, right? Yeah. If that was the case, why not only change it? Well, I mean, guys, that's the joke, right? About the monkey paw curls. And I think, I can't remember a scenario, but sometimes that happens with Smilegate. It happens with any company. You ask for a change on something, right? And they either meet you halfway or it's almost like you lose out on the exchange, yeah? I can't give a specific example with Epic 7, but I know it's happened in the past. We always joke about it. You complain about something that you want fixed, and they fix it, but it's in a way that makes things even worse or, like, negligible, right? But anyways, guys, I don't even know if that's the case on why they changed it, so I don't really want to talk about this part too much, other than it does really suck, and I wish they would not do this right now. It doesn't matter the reason is what I'm trying to say, guys. Like, let people get Blood Moon Haste and whoever else they wanted here. These three are so old, like, I guess maybe Little Queen Charlotte. I guess maybe, but no one wants those two right now, man. Let's be real. The Awaken update. Oh, yeah, I guess that's a good example, Kepri. I guess that's a pretty recent example. I wish the Epic Dash was a month ago. I could have gotten DD Ray by now. What if the coin shop was just every ML5 in a shop for 40 coins after a turn? Someone was saying that as well, but guys, I mean, Cove, that sounds like a great idea, but I think right now we have bigger problems, right? That sounds like a pipe dream. Right now I'm just trying to get, right now I just want them to revert to the original idea and maybe get some rewards for global. Not the same, but I mean, or maybe, yeah, maybe at this point the same. What up, Frolis? Coin, yeah, there's a lot. Okay, was there anything else I missed, guys? I think that's the main things you'll see people talk about today, right? Zhongli on, I guess that's enough. Or is it Zlong? It was Zlong. I keep, Zhongli sounds like the Genshin guy. Zlong Games, yeah. Someone talked about someone linked me the Harsetti packs, but I mean, I didn't look at it too much. Other than there's 9. Did y'all see there's 9 packs? I guess we should open that up too. I don't think there's anything wrong with this one as long as the... Some people were worried that the Harsetti imprints won't be available for free. That's not happening, guys. And if that actually does happen, I might... Well, I'll be very outspoken, and I might quit E7 over that if they do something that dumb. It's not happening, though. Where is it? I mean, is this the pack one? Let me see. Also, I didn't even see the EEs yet, man, because all this other drama stuff's been going on. I haven't even seen the EE shit. We'll talk about that soon. Okay, yeah, so there's 9 Mystic packs for Harsetti. I mean, I don't really have too many comments on this. Once again, as long as you can still get the boss imprints for free, I'm okay with it. Like, didn't the Luna packs have something similar with the free gear or whatever? If whales want to whale out, man, I'm not worried about this. It is kind of crazy, though. 9 packs is kind of wild. What's up, Venus? Have you protected Gimmick in a bunker somewhere so no one flames the CM's overseeing drama? I mean, dumb people will always complain about... they're going to catch heat regardless. Everybody catches heat regardless from dumb people. They got thick skin. I'm sure they're fine. What did ATK say? I'm out of money. Too many figures. Oh, Jesus. As long as he's happy, though, I'm happy for him. Gimmick is treasures, though. I agree. Guys, I like all the CN, not just Gimmick, Cranked. All those guys are great. All the E7 Global guys are great. Not just Gimmick. Okay. But yeah, or who brought this up? Alex? Was there anything else y'all want to talk about the packs? I don't think this is... There's nothing really here to... No, this isn't part of the drama, right? It's a monetization thing. Sometimes y'all ask, like, you know... Whatever, man. Yeah, it's Luna packs. They've already added this. A lot of people like the Luna packs, by the way. So... Now, does anyone know the cost? Because, yeah, man, shit, man. I should not be spending, but, dude, if I don't get 42 million gold to shop refresh, guys, I might need to spend again. You know what I'm saying? Look, what about the other day? Let me see. Oh, I remember we were talking about if you did this or not. You know what's cool, though, ATK? You got this character, and then you got the Outer Plane character, and they you know me, man. The waifus with the horns, dude. I respect it. Do we have a price for the packs? Not yet, but you could probably guess based on the Luna packs. The same cost as once in a lifetime. The only difference, Fro, is there's more of these, right? And how many packs were the Luna one, guys? It wasn't 9, right? Because this one you have to buy 9 to get the final. Like, if you want this ring, you have to buy 9 packs. It looks like. Because it says amount of purchases, right? I can read it fully if we care enough. Luna was 7. How much was it for 7, Coven? How many? What was like the total price point? Just give me an idea. I didn't buy any of the Luna packs, by the way. I still had Mystics at the time. It was $800 total. So we can expect this. Wait. Okay, Cove said 300. Frolis said 800. Those are cool. Different numbers, guys. Luna packs, you can choose which part of the set you want if you don't want to buy all of them. Did they say anything here on if it's different for this case? It sounds like this one you have to buy the 9 to get the... To Mystics at least, but the gear. It doesn't say anything about the gear, right? Oh, I guess on 8. Okay, so you have to buy 8 to get this one right here. It says this right here. Okay. Yeah, bonus Mystics for buying more packs, but 400 each. That's why the numbers are different. Okay. All right, so this is going to cost a pretty penny, man. Aaron. Aaron, thank you so much for the 11 months. Much love. I appreciate that. Grim, welcome on in, man. Hello, Brandon. All right. So we're good on the packs, right? I think these are fine. This isn't part of the drama. It is expensive, guys, but people have been asking, especially whales have been asking for just better value packs. And hey, if you got $800, whatever it might be, 400, 300, you know, it's up to you. But yeah, I don't think that's part of the stuff we should really discuss today. Spending 700 to get one character is insane. Oh wait, here's one thing, one very valuable thing I learned about gacha games, guys. It's all relative, man. My mod just spent 700 on a skin for a character, and I think that it was a good deal for him. If I had that much, I would have bought it too. You get what I'm saying? It's all relative, man. It's all relative. What might be weird to you is normal to someone else, or a drop in a bucket for someone else. All right. Mr. Drac, how's the FF16, dude? I saw you on that. I heard mixed reviews about Final Fantasy 16. I'm so salty about haste. I think the haste thing, guys, is very okay. Let's get into that a little bit more. I think this one is very understandable. Not understand. Let me write this correctly. We should be able to ask for this. Like, we should definitely be able to ask for Blood Moon Haste or the original rotation back. Wind Demon, weren't we just talking about this yesterday? How Smilegate was doing a lot better on we were talking about the ML Coin Shop releases, right? And we were talking about how they used to have like a lot of old units, and now they're putting a lot of new units in, and now we're back to like all old units. I think that's definitely something we can complain, right? Yeah, we were just talking about this. Check this car. Let me see. Galaxy Shop as of September. Yeah, Windman also had a different kind of link on this. 330 plus a monthly packs? Not bad, actually, dude. And ATK, guys, for the record also, when I had a little more spending money, I spent 300 at least on skins in Vindictus. Korean booba game, man. So, yeah. $300 for Mystics Plus gear? Sounds kind of nice. Nah, those cross-out characters are messed up. You missed a little bit of the convo, Jeremy. It's either because people complain that Briarwitch is on there, or... guys, my ultimate takeaway is just... a lot of this is just Smilegate shooting themselves in the foot, boys. Like, if they wanted just 3 reruns, you know... why didn't they just vet that? It looks so bad to have like a nice thing and then cross it out for whatever reason, you know? Like, if they just had 3 reruns, everyone would have been like, wow, this coin shop rotation sucks, and then we move on. But the fact that they showed Blood Moon Haste and then they change it after, it's like, my God. And then the CN anniversary, or the CN rewards difference. You see Zio and Elena, those 2 units are right after each other. So you're saying this is par for the course, Wind Demon? It should have been a wait, where's Zio and Elena? Let me see. Hold on. That was this is our current one. Zio here. Where's Elena? But that's a huge issue, Coven, that they don't review the patch notes, because it's all optics, man. Like, let's handle one problem at a time, but if you have this on top of the other thing, it just looks so bad. What up, Helios? This might be weird, but I'm a new player and seeing how Smilegate treats the player base and how miserable. Okay, I got to make one thing clear, though, guys, as well. I'm not excusing these mess-ups, right? But, boys, they're not, I don't think they're... This is why it's so hard to even talk about this. There's so many different problems right now. Because now you're leading me, Helios, welcome on into this issue right here. What I was about to say is, Smilegate... at least for the rewards and stuff, the gifts, the free stuff, they're not trying to shaft global players, boys. It's not in their best interest to shaft us. The only issue is that Zlong, I believe, is, you know, right now being very generous, giving a lot of stuff to China server. And the Smilegate, the publisher we have is not on the same page, yeah? for various reasons. Maybe they want China to catch up, maybe blah, blah, blah. But otherwise, it just doesn't look good. It doesn't feel good. Sue, this is wild, man. But yeah, guys, I don't want y'all to think like Smilegate is trying to shaft new players or like, why would they do that? They want y'all to play. They want y'all to have fun. They want y'all to spend. It's just unfortunate, and I think they could be handling things better, but never think it comes from malice. I don't think they want to just make y'all upset. And for the record, I am upset, though. I am kind of upset with all the recent stuff. Tell Helios, wait, Helios, you play Nikkei? Come play Nikkei, man. It's been... Although, wait, I'm also upset with Nikkei, or am I more upset with Sue? I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. Sue and I have squashed that, right? I was never upset, just sad. But why do they keep doing it to Sem? I think it might be what Coven said, guys. It's not malicious. It's just whoever wrote the patch notes, right, wasn't on the same page as... We've seen that a lot in the past. Like, we joke that it's intern Kun making a mistake, but yeah, I think it really is just negligence, not malice. CN is on a different server, so everything they get doesn't matter, supposedly. All right, we can talk about that right now if y'all want. Is this, Are you being sarcastic about that, Star of Aries? Okay, let's go into that right now, because this is kind of, I know everyone has different thoughts on this, and I want to give my take as well. So, CN, different server. By the way, I know Tristan got a lot of hate for this, by the way, guys. But I think I might have even had this take before Tristan. So... I'm going to put myself in the crosshair real fast. See a different server. RTA Arena, right? Nothing. We never compete with them, right? You can almost think of it as like a separate game almost. Like we never compete with China. So let me make that very, very clear, guys. This was my take almost a year ago, right? I have always wanted China to just stay their own thing because I don't want censorship or whatever weird rules they have to seep onto our server. So when they started to get different rewards and stuff, I'm fine with that, guys, as long as we don't have to go through anything that they're going through, right? They have different RTA, different own China, WC, whatever. Now, my thought is, my thought process is not as shifting, though. The only time I think it's still okay is if it's political drama. So I'm not going to get into this, okay? But you guys know what I'm talking about with the political part, right? If it's something with like China and Taiwan and all that stuff where it's very, nationalist stuff, guys, we need to butt out of that portion. However, I don't know how many, like, at some point, I'm not going to just think of this as like an ideal anymore. And it sucks that there's so much free stuff being given, even if it's fair or not. So I kind of get that, man. Like, for me, it's the 42 million gold. Okay. What up, Jenna? If we got all the CN we want as well, I don't want to speak for CN. I don't know. I don't want to pretend to know what they think. But I am interested in what y'all think. So once again, guys, the 5K Sky Stones and shit, that was from that wasn't an anniversary reward. Am I right on this? Let's get some facts straight real quick. Plus Ultra and Klaus, thank you. Welcome on in, guys. Was this for the political drama? The political drama apology? Wasn't that what this was for, or no? It was, right? Okay, whatever your thoughts on that is, guys, it is, right? ATA, let's get that part right. This is not a difference in anniversary wars. This was like an apology for something they said that, offended people's, offended whatever. I'm not going to get into which side, what not side. But you guys got to understand this part, right? This should never be, this is something you all and I should butt out of. Okay? Even if you think those rewards are way too much, even if you don't agree with whatever the actual, concern is about, that's not for us, man. The rest of the shit I think y'all can comment on. We can talk about. But that one I think is a separate, that one's a little bit more serious. Okay? So just keep that part out and we can talk about the other things like the recent, like this one I can definitely talk with y'all about. The, this one right here, right, guys? So this is not anything to do with any apology. any political stuff. This is just a reward that China's getting that we're not getting, yeah? Limited selector. Yeah, yeah. That was a lot of stuff. Any reason they got specific 42 million gold? Anything special with the number itself? I don't know. They have done that in the past though, right? I think we got like what, 700 leafs one time? I don't remember, not 700 leafs, but we got like a number of leafs or something for like one of the yearly. Yeah, they do that sometimes. They tie in meanings to the gift amount or whatever. So, so this part, right, chat? I think ultimately it's still, it would be nice for us to get, I don't know. I want free stuff too, boys, right? Let me be clear. Once again, I want that 42 mil gold bad, man. I had to spend a lot for Harsetti, and that was even with chat's help already. So don't get me wrong, man. I want this free shit as well, guys. But it's hard to discuss this because unfortunately, boys, our publisher is not the same, right? So if you look at anything like Lost Ark, anytime there's ever been another different type of publisher, sometimes the regions will have different rewards. Biako, relax. I already told him we might do it in a second. I'm down, but let's get through everything first. Because that's going to be the Wild West. Oh, oh shit. Sorry, YouTube chat, I hid y'all's window. Hold up. Hopefully they're not, All right, hold on, guys. Sorry, YouTube. Let me see. Hey, Shade, welcome on in. Daniel, I see you. 3A, Robin. Layla. Let's not pretend the game is in a healthy place. Games have been adding closer and closer to whale-centric. Closer and closer to whale. Yeah. So, Elshade, did I say anything that sounds like it's not? I agree to this, man. Guys, my take earlier this year was that, you know, the game is not, how did I say it? The game is not free-to-play friendly anymore. But I used to say, like, it's still very generous and free rewards. However, even that is aging like spoiled milk, right? When our free rewards are kind of not the same anymore. So, yeah, I've said that in the past, too. I agree. I think the amount of ML5s this year has been insane how strong they are. The limiteds last year, we had, like, what? Double-digit amount of limiteds, like, back to back to back. It is getting crazy. I see you crank. What's my wallpaper? Oh, dude. Wait, oh, you're talking about my desktop wallpaper? Or the Luna one? This is from an anime called Summertime Rendering, guys. Summertime Rendering, if you want to watch that. Yeah, sorry, if I miss any messages, guys, I'm doing a big rant. I'm trying to get everyone on the same page. Just repeat. I don't mean to donut wall anybody. Add to your notepad, we didn't have any info on Harsetti imprint. Okay, let me write that down. Harsetti imprint. I already said this, guys. Yeah, means I don't think we need to rehash this, boys. Here's my take. If y'all are worried that you can only whale, if y'all are worried you have to spend $400 to max imprint Harsetti, guys, I'll give you my word. I will quit Epic 7 until they revert that. Okay? This is not happening. I don't think I need to write this down. If they really do that, then Smilegate is, they want it to be EOS 7, man. There's no way it's going to happen, dude. And if it does, we play Nikkei until it changes, right? Because that would be ridiculous. I don't need to write down things that we're worried about. Once again, I don't think Smilegate is trying to, they're not intentionally trying to do these bad things. It's just, I feel like they could do a lot better communicating and then being on the same page, especially with Zilong and China, right? To somehow, we should do this anyway. No. I don't think they are, Zafender. Yeah, Zafender, why would you want to ruin your own revenue stream, right? Why would you tank your own company, your own business? They want things to thrive. They want people to be happy. They want people to be spending. Always think back on that. What up, Thraka? Sorry, TK. Thraka must have. People don't like feeling like they're being treated differently, be it by companies, police, politicians, or whatever else. So I can understand people being pissed off. Yeah. So that's why I was saying my thoughts are shifting a little bit, and Meep has some spicy takes on this as well. I think Jenna was saying something similar. Guys, I might have been the first one, right, saying, maybe not the first, but one of the first years ago, saying, the servers, don't be upset, guys, China's separate. But yeah, after like 5 times of different rewards, it doesn't matter anymore, the principle. Yeah, it does feel bad. It definitely feels bad. And it kind of reminds me, and I don't want to hang on this topic too fast. Does anyone remember the, did anyone play Punishing Gray Raven? I just thought of this, I think it was like this morning. I remember Global got different, was it rewards or login? Punishing Gray Raven got something different than China or whatever the mother company was. I remember that was a big impact on why the game didn't launch as successfully. So I don't have the full details, so we won't talk about it too much, but I know there's been things like that for other games as well. I feel like this is I told you guys about what? Which part? Thank you so much, by the way, Mr. ATK. The China server hasn't even been up for a year. What do you mean years ago? China server wasn't up, but ever since censorship was a thing, Solidus. Guild versus... What about GVG? Yeah, the Punishing Global Region meme. I remember that. I'm about to say we didn't have a collab. Yeah, we got Overlord. What's up, Felix? We're talking about all this stuff that's kind of people are not too content with. Also, Car, did you see that Espa's going to bring back their AE model? So there may be potential for an Espa rerun. Don't get anyone's hopes up, man. If we can't even get like... we can't even get FMA to come back, Slime to come back. I don't know, man. It'd be nice. I would definitely get a second Rocket Punch, but don't hold your breath. We're getting clobbered? Jesus. Okay. All right, well, we'll definitely do Guild Wars in a second. I know that in Summoner's War, when they do collabs, China's the only server that doesn't get the collab units. They just get the Summoner version of the units earlier, while everyone gets the collab ones during the events. Slime did have one, yeah. But I mean, Gueno, FM, or what is it? Guilty Gear had like 5 reruns, right? There is a distinct drop off in reruns of collabs and just collabs, period. That's the point. Hello, Skull. I looked at the forts though. We're getting smashed. 4 per run, we need Giselle and Ning Ning buffs. Well, guys, remember they did buff, or did they buff? They gave like yeah, did they rework Shuna? And then they gave like EEs out? There's a chance. There's actually a chance of that. Car stalling is Giller. Let me open this up, man. I guess we can get started while we chat. And guys, if y'all want to do some of my guys want to come on and voice and talk about all of this, so if y'all want to discuss this on Discord, we can do so. Just YouTube, I have to fix the audio because yesterday y'all couldn't hear some people. Don't worry, guys. Eno will be released in the next GG collab. It's like Breenus, man. Eno was ready. She's in all the artwork. Didn't they have like an in-game sprite for her? Am I remembering that right? I think Eno had an in-game sprite. Maybe she was just appearing in all the trailers and all the artwork, but it's like Breenus, yeah. They didn't include her for some weird reason. Whatever, Volk, drive safe. GG collab, Queen Dizzy E, that gives her 10 speed. And it's spelled 2 buffs on S3. Y'all want the age of Dizzy the era of Dizzy to come back? That was a wild time, guys. It's like when people want Green Charles to come back. We have Green Charles right now. It's called Candy. Do we have a control unit that's that bad? Maybe not. Man, those were the days, dude. Ainz gets a buff too? Yeah. I'm still a little salty. We had that survey. It was like, should Ainz get buffed? And I'm pretty sure everyone wrote that he should get buffed, right, guys? You all did your part? Did you all write that Ainz deserves a buff? I know the Albedo was kind of, some people thought she was fine, so maybe you wrote that she didn't need a buff. But I'm pretty sure everyone wrote that Ainz needed a buff. I know I did. Need an operator cigarette buff. Yo, welcome back, Yusei. Will there be maintenance? Yes, guys, there'll be maintenance. There will be maintenance. Cash shop items. Ainz being a skeleton is prohibited in CN. Yeah, I actually knew that. I've known about all the kind of differences, guys, even since like Rainbow Six Siege. When that launched in China, I saw a lot of the things that they're not allowed to show. Peacemaker. Is that the Furious? Peacemaker Furious? I'm down. That guy, I don't think that... Guys, that guy's been irrelevant even at his launch, right? He's been so bad even since his launch. And I liked his kit. It was like a defense scaling ranger. Well, I mean, so Aries, I don't want to comment on their culture, their whatever, however they handle things. If they're happy with it, you know, it is what it is. But that's why, like, when I talk about keeping our servers separate, because I don't want that shit for our server. I made my own buffs for Ainz because he sure isn't getting one. Yo, send. I'll check that later. But if it's actually good, Berserk, have you sent that to like Gimmick and the CM guys? Just be on their official Discord. And if y'all actually have like cool input, suggestions, send that to them. It doesn't hurt. All right. What am I attacking, man? Both Lunas. Wait, who said? Oh, the buffs, I see. Yeah, you and who's his name? It's Asmodeus. Our boy Asmodeus, man. Y'all were wildin'. Emma Luna buff, man. Imagine. All right. But yeah, guys, stay tuned. I'm gonna get some of these Guild Wars started. If anyone wants to come on voice, Rocco says, "Is it worth trying this game if not trying to spend more than $15 a month?" I still think so, but this is not a great time to ask because the chats are kind of riled up, so they're gonna say no. I still think it is, but I already made the comment that it is free. It is less free to play friendly than it used to be. Okay, it is less free to play friendly. AT, I was asking, can you give our Discord info over on YouTube if you have a chance, ATK, in case any of them want to come on voice to chat as well. All right, let me do one attack and then we'll start the call. We'll start the call-ins, guys. In fact, you know what? That might be great. You guys can just chat while I get my attacks done here. I think I've said everything I wanted to say. How do we fight this? Where do you want me to bring both Lunas on bottom team? Hello, Zai. Thank you, ATK. Yeah, guys, if y'all want to get on, join our Discord. First off, you should be in our Discord anyways, but we're going to do a viewer call-in later. Hot take. I think collab units should be generally weaker because you don't want a unit that may not necessarily come back being too impactful. The other side of that coin, though, is no one pulls on collabs, so it makes no money because they're weaker, and then we don't get collabs because, you know, the revenue that month sucked ass. I don't think that's a good solution. But yeah, hey guys, I like those hot takes. Come on, come on, voice and give those takes later. That's that's the kind of takes that are good to talk about. Let's see here. Jesus, man. Stronghold. Karina and Ed exist in the meta? Guys, Karina, I don't think you should use Karina and Ed as the, those are the two units that are still good. Well, I shouldn't say good, but they're still usable. Name all the other collab characters that never see the light of day, man. Ed is good, guys. Sorry. Let me rephrase again. Ed is still usable, still sees play way more than the other characters. If you say otherwise, you guys just have a hate boner for Ed or something. Rotsuke Doji. Is that what we're watching? As you should stop doing buff patches, they will get reverted back like P-Flan. Anyways, they were talking to his offender about like, let's buff Peacemaker Furious, let's buff a lot of stuff. I'm down, guys. But the fact of the matter is, we have what, like 7-8 units per buff patch per 8 weeks, per 2 months? And then lately, they're making that 8 into a 7, that 7 into a 6, because people complain, man. It's not looking good, boys. Okay, we can do the Luna team versus this, right? ATK, this guy doesn't have 1,000,000 effectiveness, does he? Let me get this started so we can start our viewer call-ins. Luna! And then top team. Okay. Let's cook a little on top team. I'm going to try something random. Maybe like Ilinov. Actually, if we bring Ilinov, I don't even need to bring Elvira, right? Because even if she pops off, I think we survive. Let's find out. Let's just bring units that don't care about debuffs. So, I'm gonna try this out, guys. Have the call choose your guild war team. We can do that for draft mode later, but I need my mystics, guys. Y'all are gonna troll me. We're gonna not get any mystics. I might not get mystics anyways, because we might just get crushed. Jones, what happened, man? Why'd your mystic get restricted? Is it Bo IRL? Boy? Tristan, when he said the free POS arty is better than the hot arty. What about Tristan? They should make more RGB units usable, to be honest. Most units seem like placeholder. That's just, guys, that's just unfortunately power creep, right? Epic 7 power creep has gotten... Why did I bring Ran? Or Tywin. I didn't care about debuffs, and he's immune for all the shit anyways. Whatever. What up, AC? I like the skin idea. What if collabs were just E7 limiteds, but you get a character skin the first time you pull the 5-star? You mean like... Yeah, that's kind of how Summoner's War does thing, right? Summoner's War does their... They start with a unique collab characters, but then later down the line, they're effectively just skins. Because they allow you to get those characters again. They just don't look the same, right? I like that idea too. He said that the Espa free arty is a lot better in Holo Trials than the Holo Trials arty. Yeah, Kristen has a lot of great points. But why are we discussing that? Is it just because of collab or limited items are a lot better than our normal stuff? Is that what we're referencing? Yufine S3. Guys, we can take Yufine S3. Maybe. Maybe I should have saved this one more turn, but we actually... Okay, not the S3, but the S1s. We cut off a lot of the damage from Ilinov, so I wanted to see... Limit test! Limit test! I don't know if we should kill the Lulika first, though. Just so maybe she less chance to counter. This is most likely Elbrus, though, yeah? So it's like a 5% difference. Fuck it, let's attack her, boys. We'll attack her with everything. We'll attack her with Sylvian, but not the others. I'm huffing too much. I might as well be your PT? Patient? Zon, what's going on, man? Or Zune? They have events during the collab that give scrolls that summon only those units. One sec, brother. Alright, she's countering. And she still has her bullshit. Alright, she's locked and loaded. She is locked and loaded, boys. I got it. So did ATK. Let's top off here. Because I said we could survive this, guys, but we're looking pretty hurt, man. I have an opinion on rerunning old collabs like GG. Give them either an E buff, an E or a buff. We still bring this? Why not? Oh, she's gonna cleanse it anyways, but I guess that kills the other character. Alright. Yeah, I'll show you the SSV after. Alright, guys, let's see. If I get 1v3 versus this, that would suck. So she's gonna lap. You see that though? Look, guys, Tywin. Okay, Tywin does die, but we did tank that shit like a champ. And now we just have to kill her before her thing goes off cooldown, right? Should be easy. Alright, so it does suck losing Tywin though. Oh, it was Holy Sack. It wasn't Elvis. Jesus. What up, Brock? Why are y'all talking about catheters, man? No need to worry about it. Coin shop being canceled in the afterlife. God damn. Maho Shoujo Ai, but the lead character looks kind of young. Have I watched? Wait, what is that a... I was almost gonna self-report. Is that a spicy or is that a normal show? It's a technical show. Okay, that answers my question. Hey guys, Brighton. Good news though. Amaki's kind of cool, right? And she's very attractive. Silver lining, man. I know Yamin's is happy. Have Amiki hit the stuff I would want a Luna buff? Dude, no kidding. If I could have that, dude. ATK, the built-in Elbrus, the immortality, the refreshing on S3. Oh my god, man. That would make... We could actually just play counter Luna so well. Car has high gear, he can't lose. My gear sucks, man. My gear sucks. I might need to buy those Harsetti packs. Yeah, I got you. Dragon, you gonna give a hot take later? Jesus. All right. Hey, Solidus. If I could bake some cookies right now, I would mail you one on the spot, brother. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Veronica? Yeah, we don't even lose Singelica, man. Alright, good attack. Oh, we did lose Tywin. We lost Tywin. How long would that take me? Well, you just saw, man. It takes me like 30 minutes. Oh, yeah, you guys wanted to see the, Ares wanted to see the Sylvian, and then I can show you the, Sinji after. Here you go. Alright. Jesus, man. Did some of y'all say check DMs? Hold up. No. Okay. Where's Meep? Where's Biako? Y'all ready? 'Cause 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 Hella tanky. That's just preference, guys. Some people like playing offensive. I play very tanky and usually like one hyper carry. Zune, shut up, man. What are you saying, best gear? This is average at best, dude. Here's Sinji. All right, I'm using the restroom real fast, guys, and we can get the rest of the day started. BRB real quick. You like her thick? Wait, Zai, you like Sinji thick? Wait, what? You guys need to see Sylvian again? What are you talking about? Yeah, I mean Zion. Listen, if Zaya likes Sinji thick, man, I don't agree with it. I don't condone it, but it is what it is. Okay. Jesus, man. All right, where are the voice guys at? Are they ready or not, man? Otherwise, I'm going to do another attack. Let me double check Discord, actually. Are they in there already? Oh, they're in there. Okay, hold up. All right, let's do some trouble. Meep, I got to do some trouble checking. If you can you, Meep, you can move people in channels, right? Can I volunteer you as, after you're done with yours, you can move people for me? Hello, Scollay?
Hello there, how are you?
Skull, can you do some, I need to do some tests real quick so we can get YouTube to hear your lovely voice.
Righto.
You going in the actual live section, or you just staying here?
Meep,
Because anybody can just join here.
Yeah. I'm just checking. I want to fix the Discord for YouTube real quick, and then we can get started.
Gotcha.
All right, Skull, if you could, man,
Mm-hmm.
entertain the people with regale the people with your lovely Scottish voice.
So we're gonna talk some positivity and how much we love Epic Steven, because I've got some.
Skull, if you want to start giving your hot take now, early while I test this, you can, man.
Oh, let's go. Right. Chat. So you come here to the stream of the youngest man alive, Car Sex, right?
Okay, brother. I'm trying. Anyways, continue.
No, you're like the same age as me. This is making me look good too. It's a bet, right?
I like it.
So, chat, right, listen to me. If you like RTA right now and you think it's very fun, type 1. If you hate it and it's the worst thing in the world, type 2.
Jesus, Scollay. What do I need to
Send
change
it.
for YouTube to hear? So Discord needs to be
If it's fun, type 1. If it's poo, type 2.
poo type 2. So YouTube has to be on 6.
This is surprisingly balanced. Okay, so. Okay, we've descended into a sea of 2s. Okay, so. I was much the same, right? The end of last season, I got in there, I dropped my Destina, my Carmen, my Aria, and that was fine. I grabbed my skin and I dipped because it wasn't fun. The same 20 units on rotation, 0 expression, 0 fun, no crack for anybody. And I mean that in my terms, not the inner city Western terms. So, this season what I'm doing is the RGB challenge, right? Doing a bit of expression, as I was saying. You know, a bit of big brain thinking, about having some fun, build some weird stuff. You're allowed ML4s, but not ML5s. And I'm cooking up some little bits and bobs, right? I used this Dizzy that I'm posting in the chat right now in 8 out of 10 of my placement games.
Dizzy. Is Scollay talking through a karaoke
microphone.
microphone? No, his voice is just so good. It sounds like he's singing.
I'm just. If the quality's dodgy, I've not a clue. This is the same one I use for streaming.
Sounds good for me.
Um,
Charming. Sorry, Scollay, guys.
I use that busy.
Scollay,
and
give me
every,
1 second. 1 second. YouTube, you
Mhm.
guys, I'm trying to type to them in YouTube chat, and I'm like, guys, can y'all hear Scollay? No one's saying anything, and then Scollay, they're starting to type 1, 1, and 2, 7. So I think they can hear you, but they're Charming. Give me confirmation that my guests Discord y'all can hear. Just please give me confirmation. There's an
You
echo. I
captured
see.
my voice
Okay.
twice.
Oh, it's because I got it. Hold on. Uh-oh. All right, guys. Here's one issue, though. Oof. If I can mute my desktop audio. Okay, Skull, keep talking.
Keep talking. Unique New York. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
So, guys, I have like 20 mixers up right now because I'm trying to divide YouTube so they don't hear any of the copyright stuff that we ever play. That's good. Okay, so YouTube, I muted something on my desktop audio. He has a hot voice, Skull. It's a, YouTube thinks your voice is hot.
Thank you, YouTube.
All
I
right.
tried very hard. I got it for my birthday.
All right, they can hear fine. All right, we're good. I think we're good now, right? So just remind me to unmute the that sound because I had to mute that. So there won't be any alerts, guys, enforcing right now or whatever TTS because that's what's giving the echo. All right. Okay. Skull, thank you so much, man. Was there anything else you want to do? I cut you off there.
No, you're fine. The long and short of it is, if, like me, you have not been having fun in RTA and you're sick of seeing the same stuff on right side over and over, rather than sitting whining about things,
Ooh.
to be the change you want to see. Because I can only imagine the absolute firestorm that went on in people's brains when I was playing, sitting there first picking a rocket punch crow and that absolute abomination of a Dizzy. And they're sitting there going, I actually have to think to play Epic 7. And they're sitting there dropping their 4 ML5s, just thinking it'll carry them to the win. And then along comes me, just cooking up a wee dish and absolutely murdering them with it. How far did their money get them? Nowhere. And they got embarrassed. I'm not going to get the hottest win rate this season, but man, I'm going to have a lot more fun than people who have got like 69% win rate dropping the same 8 units on repeat for 3,000 hours.
Jesus, Skull, you're just embarrassing the whales, huh? You're
Nah,
saying
feels good.
You're saying buy that $600 Harsetti pack. I'll still body you with my Charlotte. My
No.
freed. Oh, what?
The Zayen's like, I think Scollay just says God's gear. No. Have you seen that bot in Discord that like rates all your gear?
Yeah, this is.
I got a 698 on that.
I haven't done that yet on Scollay because I'm too lazy to because you have to do the Fribbles code or something, right? I haven't had Fribbles for years, but I don't. Mine's gonna be probably like yours or even worse.
Well, it's because I'm 0 out of 25.
I am too.
I've got dozens of 21 speeders, but my highest speed after 4.5 years is 22.
How does Scollay roll gear though?
Oh, my gear strategy is amazing.
0 out of 5 game, yeah. There's a guys. He's talking about if you haven't seen, there is a way to score your entire account, and the cool thing, right, too, Scollay, is it shows like an RPG kind of like characters sheet where it shows like you're weighted more towards speed, bulky stats, offensive stats, effect resist. It's a cool idea. It's a cool tool.
Those little graphs that it plots out with like different spikes going out towards certain stats. You know what they are.
Yeah.
I do have a second piece though.
Okay, go ahead, Skull, and then I'm gonna get the show started. But please go ahead.
The amount of people who disingenuously pretend to be angry about the wider state of gaming and the differences between us and CN. No, the actual fact is they know they have been conditioned in Pavlovian terms to understand that if they get angry, their chances of getting free shit goes up. So they're just causing some rabble, a little bit of ruckus, because they know that they're gonna get some free stuff if they make enough noise. But I'm in the smart, wrinkly brain league of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I'm gonna sit back and not get angry, right? And I'm gonna still get my free stuff, and I'm not gonna look like a toot getting really angry. I'll take Ritbos, just shut your damn mouth, mechanic.
So, Skull, first
Just
off,
I'm calling you out.
I love that you speak in your mind. I know Meep probably has a similar. Well, I'll let me speak for himself. But guys, remember, if you don't like what they're saying, I invite you all to come on and speak your piece as well. All right. So I want viewpoints on both sides. This isn't a circle jerk, whatever. All right. But yeah, Skull, I think Meep wanted to share his piece, and I think you might be encroaching on what his topic was. So if you don't mind giving him the floor now, Scully.
I'll listen to Meep all day.
Oh no! Whenever he's done, let me know.
Okay, yeah, Skull.
About to
Then
hate me.
we got the permission. So Skull, anything else?
No, that's it. But I'm just saying, people should wear their hearts in their chest and not be pretending to feel some kind of way when they don't.
Got it. Heart on chest or heart on sleeve, Scully? Is that a different saying in Scotland?
Wearing your heart in your sleeve is the one that I'm looking for, yeah.
Okay, cool. No, trust me, I get the other sayings are wrong. All right.
See, I'm ugly, not stupid.
Much love, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Boys, take care of yourselves.
Yes, sir. Thank you for helping me test, by the way, Scully.
No problem. Bye.
All right. Meep, let's go to the, can you drag me to that, the private channel and let's get this show started?
Oh, we're already in there.
Oh,
Dragged
we're already
it
in
earlier.
there. All right.
Yep.
So, guys, YouTube and Twitch, this is probably one of the most OG viewers, Mr. I Beat My Meep. What a name. Meep, take the floor, man.
Hello. If you don't know me now, you're about to, and it's not going to be a good ride. So for starters, this community is getting completely out of hand with the fucking entitlement, and it's got to come to an end. At first, it was cute, but it's got to stop. This is like when we all gas up Rigby and tell him that he's doing some good shit, and then it comes back to bite him in the ass, and it's not for his betterment. Like, this is exactly what's going on. So for starters, like this whole like 42 million and these charms and a bunch of 88 pieces that really don't fucking matter to us at all in any capacity. Like, let's be real, it's dumb. You don't need it. It's entitlement. And it's not going to get you anywhere. For starters, like China we're two separate games under the same exact title. So the second you understand that, you'll realize why it doesn't need to be, and we don't need to get what they get. You want to pump in your investment into the newer stuff so you have an additional stream of income for the longevity of the game. Like, this is a business, period. Like, fuck your feelings. When you get that, it's for our betterment at that point. Like, China has this thing in place called the NPPA, right? That's the National Press and Publication Administration. What they do is they set up shit so that China has a specific server dedicated for them with limited access to everybody else outside. What that's for is so they can control their censorship, which you don't want. It's for their licensing, and it's for their streaming capabilities. All of that is in place for them to succeed so that they can have an additional stream of income, and not for you. So, like, who cares if they get 5K Sky Stones and $42 million and some 88 pieces that'll roll like a 71? Like, it doesn't matter. All of you people, it's stupid the amount of, like, entitlement that everybody is just ganging up on. Like, yeah, you want free shit, so do I. But it comes at the cost of EOS. So the more you want to complain about it, the closer you're bringing us to that point. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody is still playing the game because they love the game. They just want something to bitch about so it can fill their useless day. Like, go outside. Like, if you need something better to do, go do something better. Like, this is literally a matter of business, and it's statistical control versus implicit bias. If you don't know what that means, open a book and Google it.
Jesus.
Like, it's the nature of the influence, it's the application of what's going on, and then it's the end result for the goal.
Chad, he said put down the dojins and start reading a real book, man.
Like, your brains literally do not function, and you don't understand the business, so make it so you do. And that's all I came to say.
Well, me, damn, dude. I guess, yeah. How do you really feel? No, Jesus Christ, man. All right, that's kind of,
Like, people want to hee and ha and all of that, but, like, if you're saying L take, just tell me you're stupid.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, if you're dumb, then cool. We can have the conversation, and I can make you a better person.
All right, whoever I said, with the name calling, Meep can take it, go ahead. But, guys, just don't get me banned. Please keep things, If Meep does call y'all a name, though, y'all can call him dumb, too, anyways. But, guys,
like, if people want to argue with me, cool.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'll argue with anybody but, like, Magnus and some people whose brains don't function.
Oh, Jesus,
like,
dude, you said his name, man. Don't say his name. Don't say his name, dude. No, but I don't. Out of respect, I told him not to come. He's not allowed in this channel. We can't talk about him, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine.
All right. So, Meep, I'm going to invite them. What I was saying, guys, if y'all don't agree with Meep, someone come on and speak for the other side. Speak what you think about the game. I definitely agree with Meep on the part of the servers. If we get what China gets, hey, man, does that mean we also should get censorship? Y'all just wanted the Bryceria coin shop thing to get reverted, and look what happened.
That's literally
Meep,
the only thing that people have grounds to complain about.
at
The
the
coin
same-
shop thing wasn't cool.
At the
I
same
don't
time, though,
agree
Meep,
with
42 mil gold, man. I need it, brother. I need that 42 mil, chat.
that. No, you don't. Just farm.
I don't got any more leafs, man.
Okay, spend your sky stones. If you're bad at resource management, that's
Meep, that's
a you problem.
Harsetti, dude. That's hard. Okay,
It's not a China
Meep,
problem.
all right. Meep, hold up. I will say one thing. This is where I'm going to disagree with you, Mr. I beat my Meep. It's not my fault that Smilegate put 20 ML5s in a row that are god tier, and I need to pull every single one because they have giant boobs, dude. I'm out of mystics, man. I think I don't even roll gear at this point. I'm trying to save for all these ML5s, man. The power creep has gone out of hand. The limiteds have gone out of hand. I think that is something we have to acknowledge as well, that, you know, it's not just about resource management, dude. They're pushing the limit on how much free-to-plays can actually do in this game. Remember I was talking earlier how it's less free-to-play friendly than it was before? I think that's something.
Fair. Like, free-to-plays aren't meant to keep up. Let's just be real about it. It's the elephant in the room. You're not meant to be legend. Like, you're not meant to be in the upper echelon of the game.
I agree
You're there
with
to
that,
have a good time and be along for the ride.
They can't even compete now, like, to Masters, dude.
Exactly. We have 6 years of accrued resources that these people have farmed their hearts out for and dumped their wallets into. You're never going to keep up with that. We have 6 years of accrued free shit that we got that the China server's never going to see. Like, why are you complaining about the now when the then is so much bigger?
Wait. Sorry. Rephrase.
We've had multiple years of accrued free resources and a bunch of events, a bunch of web events, a bunch of anniversaries.
Right? I'm not talking about. I can believe it or not, guys. I can hit Masters. I was talking about myself. Let me make that clear. But if people are returning to the game or they're new, they don't have those 6 years of accrued. Like, what if someone started today the same time they started China, right?
Yes, but now when you log in, when you make a free account, you get all of the Archie stuff. That bolsters you into Masters in like a week span.
Okay, I don't know anything about the Archie stuff. That's out of my league. All right.
Like the Archie stuff that you get now, aside from the anniversary stuff, take that aside. I promise you, anybody starting a new account, if you're diligent in your stuff, if you manage your resources properly, you can hit Masters in less than like 2-3 weeks. Easy.
All right. Meep,
you get so much free stuff out of the gate. Why are we complaining about nonsense?
Well, Meep, is there... Okay, can I ask you something then?
Go ahead.
What do you think the problems with... If you think that this part is you said the coin shop thing, right?
Yeah.
The coin shop is a valid something bad that kind of has been happening.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond all that, do you think the game, though, is... I just don't want us to be the... if you don't like it, don't play it crowd, Meep. You know what I'm saying? I hate when people say that because I want people to want to enjoy the game for better, for worse. Like, it's worse that people will just quit if they don't like these changes, if they don't like the difference between China rewards and our rewards, rather than them complaining and wanting more. I would rather them complain than them quit.
In my semi-respective opinion, because a lot of people are going to hate me after this, Epic 7 is one of the best games in terms of giving their community what they need to succeed over a decent period of time. Most other games don't give you the amount of stuff that you get that you can actually use and make investments towards. This game does. It gives you a bunch of shit that you're going to see and a bunch of shit that you're going to use and a bunch of shit that you can just progress on. A lot of games, they just give you a couple of summons, like you see those garbage ads that we have to roll through to get the 20 energy. Mm-hmm. Oh, type in code 888 and you can get 100 free summons. Nice. You have 32 Elsons and some nonsense. Like, we don't get that. Like, yeah, we get a bunch more, but they give you free tickets. They give you free dedicated 5-star tickets. With this anniversary in particular, you get a free ML5 outside of the headhunt with 150 chances to get more ML5s. Like, I literally can't believe the amount of complaining coming out of people. Like, if you get unlucky, you get unlucky. That's just the roll of the die. Start a new account if you're going to cry more. Like, you have 150 chances to get exactly what you want.
I like that. Starting a new account, I like better than just quit, man. Because if everyone quits, dude, you and I have no one to play against. I have no one to stream to. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say is, like, we're kind of viewing it from a different perspective. Sometimes the complaints could be needless, but the worst part is when people stop caring, if they stop wanting to play because people tell them, hey, if you don't like these changes, you know, don't play Epic 7. I don't want that to ever happen, man. It's already on a decline in general, but yeah.
I would never advocate anyone to stop playing this game. As much as this game pisses me off, it's one of my favorite games. Like
Alright.
everything in this game is completely recoverable.
All right, well, Mr. Meep, is there anything else, man? Guys, I invite y'all to speak. If you don't disagree, if you don't agree with Meep's take, y'all need to come on, man. All right, instead of just typing in chat, calling him L Take. All right, yeah.
Like straight up, if they want to yap and they have an actual reason with some base to it, by all means, I'll argue with you about it. But until then, like,
AC wants to come in. Meep. I don't know who's ready, who's next, but I think he's trolling, dude. AC, I don't believe this AC guy. I don't believe this AC guy, man.
I'll drag him in here.
Yo.
All right, Mr. AC, is this a serious take or are we trolling?
No, this is actually serious.
Okay.
I'm like, I agree with the business standpoint, right? Like, yes, I see the business standpoint. Like, I understand that's what they're doing. Like, and also the fact that China server is completely separate, right? We're not gonna interact. But my take is, well, it's like actually separate, but it's just to harp on what other people have brought up. Scollay said people are conditioned to complain, and then they get their way. And this is because SG's too scared, right? We brought this up a long time ago. Like, SG is scared of trucks coming to their headquarters again. So now they're pandering to people, right? And people have started realizing that, and now they're just gonna complain when, like, one small, like, dice roll doesn't go their way, right? There are so many RNG aspects in the game. Like, you can't expect them all to go your way, right? Unless you're fucking Zayn. Everything just rolls your way.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
But the way I see it is, right, keep complaining. Like, just, guys, just make them pander to you. Like, make them break the game. I don't care. This is gonna escalate, and they're gonna boom the game, right? Like, just keep doing that. They're gonna boom the game, and we're all gonna quit.
No, we don't want that, AC.
I know we don't want. I know
that,
you
man.
don't want that. But the way I see it is, we are setting ourselves up for freedom, right?
Oh my god, dude.
Speedrun EOS, get ourselves out of this, like, garbage can of a game that is like what it's gonna become, right?
W take.
Like, just escalate it. Everybody start, like, complaining about every little shit that, like, hits you. Like, you roll one speed on a purple, complain about it.
Okay,
Right?
AC, that's not what I meant by I want people complain. Oh my god, dude, this is what is it, guys? Do you call this? Is
Right.
this nihilism? What is this? This is some. This is extreme, dude. So you're saying?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
ultimately, though, AC, beyond the like hyperbole, are you saying let people just let nature take its course, essentially?
Yeah, like, the way I see it is, alright, we're all playing a gacha game, and that is, like, the lowest you can go in life, right?
Okay, wait. Now you're just shitting on all of us, man. Hold up.
No offense, right? But, like, I'm in this boat. I'm shitting on myself.
Yeah, but wait.
I'm just saying, right?
Serious
If
talk.
if you are getting your dopamine from, like, hitting a 25 speeder, and that is your only source of dopamine, right? I feel like there's some things that
Chad, don't
you
listen to
kind of
me.
need to, like,
I want you guys
work
to play
around,
gotchas.
right?
Gotchas are great. Okay.
and then, like, if you boom because you didn't hit 25 and now you're part of 0 out of 5 gang off of rolling one lower than what you needed, right? You know, like,
Okay.
I might as well complain, let the game burn, and then we go EOS, and then we go play Nikkei.
But DK's also a gotcha game, AC. All right,
You never leave the cycle, all right? You never leave the cycle, but then you you move on from something that's bad to something that's better, right? Because this is, like, let everybody complain, nosedive, we move on.
But Meep and I are of the opinion that E7, the reason we're also playing E7, and Meep, I'm speaking for you, but let me know if there's anything you disagree on what I'm about to say. The reason we're also playing E7 is because it's still on the market, one of the best games that has the PvP, has all the stuff we want, non-chibi, good visuals, booba, all that, right? Has a good balance of all that, AC. So until there's something else that we can, like, not everyone likes Nikkei, man. We can all jump to that. E7 is the best we got right now.
Quite plainly, the best gacha game that strikes all the boxes.
Okay, but you want to hear something? If
Outer
E7 goes EOS 7, yes, Outer Plane gets a better player base. Valk brought this up yesterday when I brought up this take in his chat. Like,
What did Valk say?
he was like,
Valk take.
if E7 goes EOS, Outer Plane gets a better, like, more,
Outer Plane gets
more,
the players.
okay,
I don't know if it's all.
yeah,
of them,
yeah.
though.
Not all of them. Like, some people might go somewhere else, But I'm just saying.
I've always defended
it's good
Outer
for
Plane.
Outer Plane.
AC, I'm pretty sure you've shit on me for defending Outer Plane, man.
I have, but like personally, I would not go to Outer Plane. I would go more like I would just start playing Arc Knights again, more seriously, or FCO, right?
Valk's in
Because
the
that's
chat,
my
by the
style.
way.
I know I see him in the chat.
Oh,
This
okay,
is
okay.
like I just remember this because like this was like the one comment I said yesterday before I knocked out, and he responded to it, and I was like, yeah, if E7 dies, then they can focus on Outer Plane.
Well, I like, yeah, so we're not going to talk about Outer Plane, guys, but I
Yeah.
do like the game. Yeah, if y'all haven't seen the latest character, oh my god, she looks great. But a lot of people don't like Outer Plane, mostly because of the visuals. I've heard the critiques are like, it looks like a game 10 years old, and unit engine looks better, which I kind of agree with, but I don't know. I think if E7 dies or goes EOS AC, I don't think Outer Plane thrives, to be honest.
Now, what your chat saying? Surely we go to CZN.
Oh, they're saying Chaos Zero Nightmare? Jesus.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Listen, I'm
Y'all
just
want
saying,
chibis?
right?
I do not want chibi, man.
Maybe
chibi. Car take.
we just
no
maybe
chibi.
we just go a different route with the games we play, right? If this goes EOS.
Well, guys, I don't want. I'm gonna let you all speak, and please, guys, if y'all want to talk as well, come through. Meep will drag you guys in. My stance is I don't want the game to go EOS. I would rather us fight to make it better because there simply is no other game that checks all the boxes for me. So instead of fighting, I think like we try to get Smilegate to fix what we can, man. And I know it's rough. I know you guys have been complaining. But Meep, I don't know if telling them, start a new account, it's not working.
It's literally just a matter of like you can argue and you can complain about things, but you have to do it for the right reason. And I don't mean to like put you on the spot or other community members because I see Valky in the chat too and like Sue and other people. Like
No,
it's
you can
gonna
put me on the
take
spot.
you guys as a whole
Uh-huh.
to kind of call for the community to do better on like certain like server wide.
Give me an idea,
So,
like
like,
what do you give me a specific that we can start to work on, in your opinion.
I don't even know specifically, but it's more so when the complaining starts, because when one monkey starts like screaming and throwing shit to the windows when you're looking at them in the zoo, they all start throwing and screaming and doing shit to the windows. So like when the big apex one comes down and says chill out, that's all that needs to happen. So for like an actual progressive movement to happen, we need our big dogs to kind of lead the way. But you can't really control the masses because the masses are going to do what the masses want to do.
Yeah,
So
y'all are wild, man. Y'all are wild.
It's a real like give and take situation, a push and pull thing, and we just have to kind of wait for it to align itself.
All right.
Just,
But like this incessant need for like bad complaining and just I want something because the other kid has a shiny toy, like that has to stop completely.
Does Meep need backup? No, I want people on the other side now, guys. I guess AC, yours was kind of the opposite of Meep's take, right? But yours is so apathetic. Just let it die, man. Jesus, man. That's not what I want.
In terms of letting leading like a movement, right? Let all the dench people make bad takes, right? As she like just does all of that shit, right? And then we get people that actually have working brains, right? Counter that, right? And then you bring it up as a case, right? As a whole community, like content creators, right? All the names in chat, right? Like Valky, Sue, you, right? You bring it up to SG and you're like, okay, so here's what the I would word it more professionally, but like here's what all the dumbasses are saying, right? And here's why this doesn't work, and here's why it would be better, or like here's what would be better, right? Alternatives or like other things, right? But you need a catalyst, right? And the way I see it is, we let all of the shit takes be the catalyst, and then we work on that, right? We prove it to them like this is shit because XYZ, and if it doesn't work, the game booms, right?
Wait, sorry.
Again.
You're saying we should be telling them that people are complaining, and just spell it out for them? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, because I mean,
brother,
I don't want to.
I say we,
I don't want to
but I haven't really. I've kind of just given up.
I don't want to beat a dead anymore.
Guys,
but like the P Flan nerfs, it's just like
Sue and Valk will say the same thing. Divine will say the same thing. That people are trying to. They do know that all the complaints, all the critiques, it's all getting forwarded. It's all getting sent, man. I promise you that. So if that's y'all's critique for us, it's already happening.
Well, let me say this, right?
Yeah.
Since like there's a specific server which all of you people are involved in,
I don't like how you said all you
within that
people,
server,
but I got you. Go ahead.
within that specific server, there should be more attention being brought to certain things instead of letting these two individuals who bring up a meeting every month be the only two to bring up that meeting every month. If that makes sense.
You saying more people should get in on it?
Yes, more people need to put their voice forward instead of just pandering off of what other people are saying.
I can say
the
this.
Bigger,
okay,
like, the bigger the wave, the better.
Yeah, continue, and I'll finish.
That's pretty much it. The bigger the wave, the better. And if it's coming from the figureheads, the better.
I'll just say this, Meep. I know who you're referencing. I'm not going to bring them up unless they want to say. I've been, I think, at this point, I think I'm one of the oldest partners that are still playing. Dude, year 1, year 2, man, I was like that. I was getting things started, sending in shit. At some point, though, it's not anyone's fault, but the communication gets lost along the way, right? There's so many moving parts. We were talking about Zlong versus our publisher. Sometimes things just don't really happen, and it sucks, but I've kind of given up on a lot of that.
Oh, that's a thing that Divine was kind of speaking on earlier when we were just yapping in the Baka 7 chat.
Yeah.
Like, he was specifically saying that E7 as a whole is kind of bad at communicating, and they need to do better on like, we can bring him in so he can kind of further expand upon his thought, but
I don't think that's necessarily an Epic 7 specific thing, guys. Anytime you have a game that we're on global, but the mother company is Korea, and now we have China getting in on it, it is so messy between communicating, having rewards the same. Now there's different publishers. Like, it's just, that's part of the deal. That's kind of just the game we're playing, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's just a matter of, like, you kind of need to invest in the certain areas for your own betterment, and they're just plainly not doing that.
Yeah.
They would rather do these whole roundabout functions, and then when shit hits the fan and people are complaining about it, then they want to go back on what they said or change certain things, and then it just causes the whole downward spiral of nonsense that ensues the entire community.
Sure. All right, well, Meep, AC, anything else? Otherwise, Meep, I think we should bring in someone, if anyone wants to speak. I would like to get someone, guys, that has a different take on the whole reward system between us and China, because Meep was kind of very outspoken on his side.
Well, like I said, anybody that wants to smoke.
Anybody. Do we have anyone in the waiting room?
But I doubt they can argue it, because it just is.
I mean, I could get it started, and it's not from a fair standpoint, Meep, or it's just, I think Thraka was saying something similar earlier. My take is the same, guys, that, like, CN should be different. They don't compete with us, so who cares? But at some point, Meep, like, it's just not good optically, and it doesn't make players feel good, right? To see, even if you never have to fight against them, we're still under the same game, under the same company. To see them continually get rewards that we never receive, but they get the same rewards as us, it doesn't feel great. And that's the key word, is feel. Is that fair? Or is it technically, does it matter to us? No, but it doesn't feel good, right? And I think that's the
very
best,
much right.
I think that's the best anyone can say about the feeling part.
And how it feels, it is kind of shitty to a certain degree, seeing them get a bunch of stuff and seeing us get less.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said before, we have 6 years worth of accrued stuff that they will never see. Like, equality is not equal. Never has been, never will be. If you don't understand what that means, it's to the idea that just because certain things are getting similar investments doesn't mean they will outweigh each other or be on equal footing. It's never going to be the exact same input and you receive the exact same output. Never. That's not how life works.
Wait, Frolis, do you want to come in? You're disagreeing with the overall take, or which one, Frolis? Guys, come on, voice, if y'all can. Because that's why I do these. But if it's only Meep, man, then it sounds like, I'm just giving Meep a platform to talk, and it sounds like you guys don't get to speak. But a lot of times, some of y'all are being shy, right?
I mean,
Meep's got the cojones. Who?
Yeah.
Sue?
Sue's in the wing.
I think Sue. All right,
bring
in Sue as not as filler. Sorry, Sue. That sounds disrespectful. But I think Sue has the same take or similar, because you guys talk a lot together. I talk with Sue as well. So, yeah, we'll bring him in until people are ready.
Wait, quickly before we bring Sue in.
Okay.
Yo, fuck the gear they're getting. Fuck the 42 million gold. That shit's gonna roll ass anyways.
Meep.
Sub 90.
Ban this guy, Meep.
Exactly.
Meep, you have to be impartial. You have to be impartial as the mod. Get him out. Remove him from the channel. I want my gold, chat. All right.
What?
What's up,
hey,
brother?
hello, hi.
Sue,
Yeah,
welcome on in, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. So, I'm not gonna say anything I think too different than what Meep said.
Yeah.
Like, right? Like, so yeah, we're just basically yapping, but like, just this exact situation and how everyone reacts to it. Like, people keep asking me what is my like official stance on the whole thing with CN, and I just don't want to comment on it because it's such a volatile subject just in general.
No kidding, dude.
But like, this whole situation, right? Like, you could just take this as kind of an example of why I don't think, or at least I'm not optimistic about any real changes that Epic 7 needs ever like making it through, right? Because anytime anything even remotely comes out that makes people go, oh, I'm mad, or I didn't get this ML5, or I didn't get this thing, or how dare they change this thing, the first response is get the trucks. And I know like AC was like memeing on it, but like, that's, if you care about the health of the game, like that's not what you want.
He said, how many subs to tell me to say send in the trucks? Jesus, man. Go ahead. Sorry, continue.
No, I'm just saying, like, me personally, like, I have my own personal opinions, right? Because like, when I designed for Dragon Ball and when I designed for Naruto, right, when I worked for Bandai, the plan was basically, we make a good product first, deal with whiny players second. Because straight up, you can't make everyone happy. It's literally impossible. Like, if you try to like give certain people certain rewards and others like not, somebody's gonna feel left out, right? If you try to be like, oh well, I'm sorry you didn't get an ML5, you didn't get your New Moon Luna, everyone gets like this reward, then people will be like, oh, but like that guy got 2, right?
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where you can't make everybody happy, especially in a gacha game. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what you signed up for when you joined the genre. It's a luck of the draw game.
Yep.
Sometimes you just don't get lucky. Maybe it's just not your day. That's all there is. But like, the thing that I really want to like hammer home, and I know Tristan spoke about it and I've talked about it, right? And you were there, Car. You were there in year 1, right?
Okay. Yep.
The whole like Tenha live stream session with the devs in Korea in 2019. That live stream, if you've never watched it, SG got grilled live for their way they handled balance, for the way they gave out rewards, things like that. You had people from SG crying, apologizing on stage. They never want that to happen again. And that is why they just like sworn off nerfs, and they just don't do the things that you want them to do, right? They just straight up are not going to take the risks necessary to fix the game. I've talked to the CMs a ton. I've DM'd them, right? There are people who we won't name that do monthly meetings that go, here's the list, right? That's great. Everyone knows the list. They look at it and go, that's great. This is brilliant. These are great changes for the game. But then it gets forwarded to management. And I know from trying to convince my superiors when I worked at Bandai, that is a tall order, because you literally have to like convince them beyond a shadow of a doubt it's not going to have trucks show up, you know, that they don't get embarrassed, that they're not going to have to make like public statements and apologize, that they're not going to lose a ton of money, right?
Yeah.
You have to prove that that's not going to happen. And then I see situations like this and people ask my opinion on it, and I'm just sitting here just sweating bullets going, that's why nothing's going to get done, because the community literally just spazzes out over every little thing. We need a united front on some of these issues to fix certain problems in the game. And I don't know if we can like
I don't think so either.
Cohesively form as a unit to get it done. But like, until we can show that we can kind of, you know, come together, I don't think you're going to get the real changes that E7 needs.
Not only, first off, yeah, I like the points. Very clearly, eloquently stated. But the, dude, speaking on the different viewpoints, guys, coming together, man, not only is it now global versus China, it's now like slow players versus fast players with Harsetti coming out, free to play versus paid. Like, there's so many different, and then this one, the Meep's take versus y'all's take. We can't agree on almost anything now.
That's exactly my point. Like, we are in a situation where SG's like, you know, their management, right? Netmarble guy and everyone around him, they are all on the same page. If everyone else, the player base, is not on the same page on what needs to get done to like improve the game, then they're just gonna be like, cool, we're just gonna keep executing our plan because like the player base has no idea what the hell they're doing, no idea what they want. So we're just going to play it safe and stick with our plan.
So then a real solution to that, Sue, and I think Tristan already started step 1 of this, is we need surveys, guys, that all of you have to participate in, and you answer honestly, and we show them, and I think they've said this in the past, guys. They want numbers, right, to back up the changes that they'll make.
That's 100% correct. I've had conversations with people at SG.
Yeah.
They straight up said to me, like, look, you make excellent points. You, Tristan, Carr, Valky, right? Divine, you all make excellent points. These are great changes for the game. If you can't give us like tables, charts, data to prove that people won't flip out, when I hand this over to my boss, he's literally going to just throw it in the trash. That was the whole reason behind the ban protection survey, because you have to have real data that shows the majority of the player base accepts these changes. They want these things. That's the only way you will get stuff done.
Yeah. So, but guys, it's important that you all answer, right? The more people that answer, no matter what your answer is, if we start these surveys, right? And if you guys want, I'll push for it. I admitted to Meep that I've given up, boys, on, compiling critiques and stuff. And it's not, once again, it's never, ever Smilegate NA's fault. They're working overtime to forward all our info. Just sometimes, it gets lost in translation, pun or not pun. But if we do start the surveys, you all need to answer, please, if you actually care. While you're crying, not crying, you need to at least try to make the game better if you care about it. That can include things about this survey. That can include things about China rewards, balance, everything under the sun, okay?
Yeah. What Thraka is saying, yes. The Duke Josh surveys, yes. Like, I've talked to Josh about that as well. Like, Josh doesn't play E7 anymore because I've tried to get his help to come back to help me.
It's a lot of work, man. That's the thing.
That's the thing. It's a lot of work. I think that we can't. The one thing I'll say is, as great as Josh's surveys were, it tried to do, like, run the gamut. It tried to do everything at one shot. I think as a community, we need to pick our battles better and just all concentrate on, like, one thing, right? Like, we just did ban protection, right? Like, do you think, just as an example, do you think gold gain is fine in the game? And then just make that our community hill to die on for this particular month.
Dude, I was still fighting for free unequip, at least on weekends, man. None of this ever but yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it could be free on equip. We could just fight for free on equip.
I'm just.
But
go ahead.
No, that's all I'm saying. It's just, I don't think if we do, that was like trying to fight 100 battles at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I think just the community needs to fight one singular battle, and then from there, you're moving the goal, right? Like we're getting closer to the goal. We want to be taking. I always joke that the game always takes 2 steps forward and then like one kind of decent step back, like a decently larger size step back.
Dude, the coin shop rotation revert today was 1 step forward, 10 steps back, man. Jesus.
It's every single patch, bro. Like, oh, dude, we finally got auto battling. Wait, what do you mean it comes with pets? It's like, oh, we finally got, we finally can change the substats on gear. Wait, what do you mean it's all RNG? Like, that's literally the story of Epic 7. Like, I just want to fight these fights and just make that small 2-step forward every single patch without having to take the 1 or 2 steps back.
Sure. It is on us then, Sue. Like, we're going to have to, if Josh is gone, we have to make those surveys and all that.
Yeah, but, like, it can be done. I'm telling you, it can be done because, like, I've literally did it for 2 other games. Like, Naruto was in the shitter. Dragon Ball was in the shitter, right? And then it took basically the figureheads of the community to come on and push for that change. And I got to see it happen in real time, not once, but twice. I'm hoping I can see it 3 times in my life.
Yeah, sorry. So, Meep, Frolas is asking. Frolas, just join, you can literally join any channel, but you can go where, you see Divine in there. Don't read his name there.
Next.
But yeah.
I mean, Alex, like, Dragon Ball's still going. Fusion World is in stores right now, so is Dragon Ball Masters. That game is still alive because of the efforts that me and the people that worked on it put into it. That game would have died without those changes.
Ark, you can come in like AC if you have an actual take, and if you want to like be hyperbolic, you can. But give me a real take today, guys, not a troll meme take. I think we're actually getting some serious talk in between the silliness.
Yeah, I'm gonna drag Divine in so he's not sitting there too long.
All right. Let's let Divine have the floor, bro. Hit me with the fire and brimstone, brother.
Hello, my friend.
Oh, hold on. Before Divine goes, let's let Frolas go though, because guys, we've had like now that Sue went, we wanted someone on the with an opposite take. No.
Sure. Which one is Frolas?
Frolas, I'm assuming it's Waffle. Are you Waffle? Load up Riff. Thank you, Yamins. Can I read your take? Yes. Give me 1 second, Ferno.
Yeah. Their name is Pearl, but their ID is I mean, it's the same
I'll drag
person.
him in.
Okay, you guys do that. I'm in a work meeting, so just pull me
You'll
back
be right
in.
after Divine. Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay.
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 Mr. Frolis, welcome on in, man. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, let me turn up the stream volume a little bit.
Sure.
Oh, yeah,
no
that
Yeah,
was-
so the way I see it, right, I think there's the points being made, like it's a mix of, it's mixing things together is the way I'm seeing it. So I know there's people that's complaining that there's a lot of whiners, they don't know what they're doing, they're entitled, right? There's people mad about the Galaxy bookmark pulling, either nothing or dupe units when they're missing everything else. So those are, understandably, because this is a gacha and you're already told up front how the event is going to work, it's just luck of the draw. We see that in Asia, right? You go to like a supermarket, you might get something like in anime, you see that they spin a little ball. Not everyone wins the hot spring trip, right?
Nope. Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, regarding the complaints to CN, while I understand it's a separate server and a complete separate system to the point where it's an entire different game and and a different publisher, right? It's bad PR.
Mhm.
Like on a fundamental level for a company, right? Let's say I'm putting myself in the shoes of, let's say, Netmarble guy. I want my player base to not feel like they're getting shafted, right? Even though when you're paying, $100 to buy a pack or pulling, the only things cost-wise other than the initial development cost is I gave you a database entry to use this unit and save your gear. Really, that's it, right? So, in a sense, you can say that's almost like, oh, I'm being scammed. It doesn't cost $100 to do that, right? But my point there is you want to at least try to gaslight your customer base that you're doing the best of your abilities to treat them well, like real customers, right? And the situation of having CN side by side by this is because these, even though they should be seen as different games, they really are functionally the same game. So it's impossible to not make that comparison.
Yeah, and Frolis, I don't know if you heard. I was telling this to Meep, and I kind of gave this set. You're using different terminology, but I said things like bad optics, and ultimately it feels bad, right? It just doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
And I think the point that you're making that I kind of didn't really home in on is that I guess it is bad practice as well from Smilegate's point of view, yeah? That's kind of what you're trying to say. Like, it's not good for their business model to have their first player base, no matter who's right or wrong, feel... they definitely need to go better about this. They need to make a statement on why China's getting a lot of different things, just like the publisher part, and at least maybe... What do you think, Frolis? What do you think the solution is then? How do they fix this? How do they do better?
I think they need to work closer with Zelon, honestly, to sort that out and communicate better when they're doing this kind of things, right? Because it doesn't matter. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if the customer is right or wrong. You want your revenue flow to come in. You want people to feel like they should spend money to support the game or whatever the reason is. So if you're making some players, you can call them entitled or whatever, or they're stupid or whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
But if you're making a portion, and right now is a pretty big portion of it, feel like they're being treated differently, they're being treated as second-class citizens, and they no longer want to spend, that's just bad business practice on a very fundamental level.
Can I respond to this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so specifically with the how do I word it? The public view of things with how much they're getting, which isn't really that much more. The entire half of Epic 7's identity as a game is their catch-up mechanic. And with a newer server being China, why would you not want them to receive the catch-up mechanic? Because the more it'll never be an equivalent exchange. It'll never be an equal return. So you want to pump in more into the new thing so you can get more out of it for the longevity of your game, which is one of the points that I hit. So as a server with a 6-year time investment versus a server with like a 1 or 2 year time investment, we have infinitely more that we've pumped into the game and almost infinitely more that we've received out of the game. So the whole upfront look of it is just what they need to change about it. There's different ways, there's different avenues of visual representation they can explore so that it looks better for both sides without us feeling like we're getting shafted. And then that's pretty, it's just how they approach the situation and how they visually present it to us. Like if you were to never find out that they got the 42 million, you wouldn't give a shit. But because you see it visually that they're getting 42 million and some boots and some charms and stuff that you're not getting when you've already gotten it in the past, like that's the complaint that most people are having.
Meep, sorry.
Yeah, I can
sorry,
counter
Frolis, give me
argue
1 second because I see a few people that are misunderstanding one key thing here, which is very important to this argument. Both YouTube and Inferno, guys. When we say China server, that doesn't include the Asia you guys see on E7WC. Please understand that. China server is a brand new thing that hasn't even been up for a year. They have their own WC. When we say we never compete with them, we mean that literally, okay? You never compete with the stuff they're getting. When China, you might be from China, but you're playing on Asia server. That's not the China server we're talking about, okay? Just to make it clear, because I see some misinformation in the chat. But Meep or Frolis, continue, whoever was going.
Oh, it was me. But to Car's point just now, addressing the chat, it's quite literally called the NPPA, which is the National Press and Publication Administration. It's an administration in China that calls for them for any game or type of sort like that's coming into China to have a dedicated Chinese server that is separate from all of the rest with limited access to the outside. So like if you think of League of Legends, like when they have their own dedicated Chinese server where all the top ranking players play at, that like NA and EU West and all that other people aren't really allowed to get into without specific like specialized access, like that's that same thing. So think of it in terms of that. Like China has its own server, it's separate from Asia, separate from Korea, it's separate from EU, it's separate from NA or global. Yeah. Like they will never, ever in any capacity under any circumstances ever come in contact with us ever. It is a entirely different game under the same title.
Frolis, did you have anything else you wanted to respond to Meep about?
Yeah, so the one fundamental issue with the 6-year mindset, right? So I played since launch, so I had everything, you know, they handed out, including the 125k gold they give us on the first Christmas, right? Like the game was entirely different from the beginning. But the problem is not every account has access to that because new accounts don't retroactively get those resources. So if you're actually looking for new player retention or even just attracting new players, they need some catch-up mechanic too, right? So if you want to do that kind of catch-up mechanic and do it one by one, then they should all be retroactively given to new accounts, right? Because otherwise, they start late, they have less resources. They missed every single, you know, collab artifact and collab characters we've ever had and whatever else there is. So I don't think that's a fair comparison for the first part.
Yeah, and what you're saying is a very fair assessment.
Yeah, and the other part with catch-up mechanic, right? There are certain catch-up mechanics, like for example, you know, this will have some controversy because not everyone liked the gear packs when they were released, and you know, myself included, because those were paid gear packs. But let's say if the 17 speed gear pack was a catch-up mechanic for new players, right? If you've been playing for 6 years, you'll probably have multiple failed, you know, 15, 17 speed and even higher, right? And if that thing sticks around and is not like time limited during that period, and obviously doesn't cost money, then that could have acted as some sort of a catch-up mechanic that's not going to make older players bat an eye, right? Because older players would be like, you know, I already have these kind of things. It'll be kind of akin to like the level 78 gear that they have been giving out in like the previous new player update, like several years ago in one of the anniversaries. I don't remember exactly when. So this is why I don't think it's fair to say that is a catch-up mechanic for China. And again, I agree, they're run by a different publisher. They're functionally completely separate games. But then this circles back to exactly what you said. If we didn't see it, and no one ever sees it, right? And then there's like a very clear separation of the two that we never see what they get, we would have been fine. Absolutely. That's why I was using the database example in the very beginning, right? When you think about it, we're spending money or spending time to get like a database entry, to get like a 20 speed drop.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure.
Yeah. So, but the problem is because as much as China is walled into their own ecosystem, they are still visible there. So you end up with that monkey with a cucumber and the grape situation, right? They're completely separate rooms. They're intentionally supposed to be different edges of the experiment, but one monkey gets mad at the other for getting grapes when he's only getting cucumber. He's getting less of caloric intake. So regardless if it's actually functionally supposed to be separate, because of this, they still need to be able to deal with it in a way that doesn't get people mad. Because again, it circles back to just bad business practice to have people be mad at you and don't want to spend money on your stuff for whatever reason it is.
That's fair. So we're basically in agreement that it's 99% a matter of visual representation in regard to them.
Yeah, the way I see it is more like it's a kind of like a PR disaster type of thing.
Meep,
Oh,
I
for
do
sure.
have one thing that chat was bringing up. They don't want to come on voice, so I'm gonna say they're scared. But they did bring up a point, Meep, that if you want to respond to. Froel, is anything else before I bring this up?
Go ahead.
They were saying, Meep, if you're talking about, the catch-up mechanics, but then also when I was talking about, China never interacting with us and you're following up, what does the catch-up mechanic have to do, they're saying, if we never compete with them? Why does that factor into what they get versus what we get?
What's the best way? It's really not even it's only a catch-up mechanic from our side looking at them, but not their side looking at us. Their side looking at us is just the initial investment of them trying to retain the money that they're accounting for in the future. That's pretty much all that leans into. So like it's not really like I said, it's not really a catch-up mechanic on their end looking at us. It's just only a catch-up mechanic on our end looking at them. But from our end looking at them, to further expand on it, it's only a catch-up mechanic for the people who've made accounts within the same time frame as the China server actually existing. So you looking at them, they're gonna just get more. And it's not something that you really have to be okay with. You kind of shouldn't be okay with, but at the same time, you're never going to see the same amount of investment.
All
So
right.
it's just a matter of you just coming to terms with things, because let's be real, they're not going to back down on it. You're not going to get anything done by it.
Do you mind if I chime in a little bit on this?
Yeah, go ahead, Froel. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the way I see it for catch-up mechanics, so I don't know how many of you have played games where it's launching JP first, and then a year or 2 years down the line, it's launching global, right? For people that have the ability to access both, it feels bad to be like 6 months behind, and then you already see everything, into the future. So I think this also goes back to the visibility type of thing. If CN is able to see, like, for example, E7WC tournaments and unit stats, right? Like, oh, people are racing at like 320 speed, 330 speed, and then there's no catch-up mechanic. CN server, in terms of like the E7WC, would feel like a B tier game, right? Oh, like, let's say there's no catch-up mechanic, and then I know whales exist, but let's say if whales don't whale to that extreme, it's a different feeling when you're seeing something like 280 Payra racing versus like 330 Payra racing, right?
Oh, Froel, sorry, I'm busy managing the chat. Was he? Was there any follow-ups on that, or is that kind of just?
Well, I see a bunch of people going mod check to what I just said, which if you don't understand, cool. But let me try to rephrase it in a different way, I guess. Like it's more along the lines of balancing progression across two isolated environments. And to do that, you have to encourage player engagement. And by encouraging player engagement, you have to essentially give them more so that you can do more on our end as well. Like if they don't exist and you're taking away that revenue stream, that's less that we get. That's how that ties into each other. It's more of it's still, like I said, a business investment. So to gain more, you have to give more. I don't know if that drives it home for anybody that's still not understanding, but that's pretty much the way that it just works, because it's a business. You have to look at it as a business thing, and you have to explain it as a business thing. So it's not really a catch-up mechanic in terms of like gameplay, but it's more of overall progression for the game.
Guys, maybe it might just be one of those, agree to disagree. If they,
it's going to be for most of the people.
Yeah.
Most of the people talking right now just want to complain to complain.
I do appreciate Frola's coming on, though. Fro, was there anything else on your end that you wanted to bring up?
No, I think I've covered everything.
All right, man. Hey, I really appreciate you coming on, man. Not a lot of people do, even though they're very outspoken in the chat. So I appreciate you coming in, man. Good takes.
Oh, yeah, one of the community members with the
Thanks for having me.
All right, brother.
Enjoyed talking.
Guys, anyone else before the man, the myth, the legend, Divine Shadow? He wants to say some words too, but I think he's also on the, he's with Sue and Meep, sort of. So just in case there's anyone else that wants to push back, I don't want to make y'all feel like I'm only bringing on the people that are, Meep, would you say, how do we categorize this? Because I'm trying not to use any keywords that get people riled up, like complainers versus non-complainers. The rewards versus, should we have more rewards the same as China, or is it one of those things where the pros outweigh the cons, as in we get censored, guys, if we get the same shit?
Yeah, it's more so pros than
I don't know how to
cons.
put this team name up, but yeah. If anyone wants to come that doesn't agree with Meep, essentially, please join now. Otherwise, I'm going to bring in Divine. Let's see. Just join the Discord, guys. I'll put it in the chat here right now. YouTube, you as well. I can get that link for y'all. Feel free to join us. Just don't get me banned. Don't ruin it. All right, let's get Divine in, Meep, if he's ready.
Oh, he's already in here.
Mr. Divine.
Yeah. I don't know if he's ready yet.
He might need.
Oh no, he's not ready yet. So
All right,
I
no
guess
worries.
Archon was next because he was. He
geez.
came in the same time.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute on here.
Oh, you're good.
My headset broke, so I'm temporarily on my phone until my new headset gets here tomorrow.
All right, man. I need one too. Mine's breaking. But Divine, any thoughts on the whole, all the stuff we've been discussing today?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Meep about it earlier. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to sit on the throne of being the fence-sitting king, but I kind of see both sides. To me, however, I do understand that, like, what's the best way to put this? Yeah, that's probably it. I think Meep's right. I think Meep's 100% right, but I think people on the other side of the discussion, it's less of a issue with the rewards, and once again, more of an issue with communication and kind of the nature of the anniversary event in itself. Because I think the big problem with the anniversary event is that it hasn't really brought anything other than a bunch of rewards.
Uh-huh.
It's nice, it feels good, especially when you're promised those rewards at first, but like a lot of people are now, getting kind of antsy and getting kind of upset because they legitimately got 100 free ML Galaxy polls. And it's just like, wow, that's amazing. And then nobody pulled anything, right? So a lot of people didn't pull anything, pulled dupes and stuff. They kind of sat there and they went, wow, these rates are really bad and this didn't really mean too much or impact my account in any real way, right? They got to the ticket. Ticket didn't give them anything precisely amazing either. And so now they're kind of looking for an avenue to vent some of those frustrations. And I think that's kind of the nature of just giving a bunch of rewards, because the content that they promised, a lot of the content or changes that they could have made weren't really followed through on. And a lot of things that players have wanted to know about, they can't get answers for. So you look at the arena season, right? Arena season goes a week further than people thought it would. It goes 2 weeks further than people thought it would. And suddenly, they don't know when the arena season is ending, and Smilegate isn't telling them for weeks on end, right? That's a point of frustration that people would have liked to know about, right? Let's look at third pick ban protection, right? A lot of people are dissatisfied with that. They want a new style of RTA to kind of engage with. We kind of got something similar last year with ban protection, moving away from the old system.
Yeah.
They want something to change up things in a big way. They want new content. they don't get anything. And as far as we could tell, the next RTA season is going with third pick ban protection, with a lot of RTA players are upset about. You know, even the biggest content thing that could have happened, aka the promise of the PC client, has no date attached to it. There's no further details. We don't really know what that actually means. We don't even know how like onerous moving your account details over to whatever suggested platform they want us to participate in would be, right? You remember when Smallgate wanted us to use that like Korean like WeChat wannabe or Skype wannabe program at some point? Like, is it going to involve something with that? Like, a lot of the details, a lot of the content I think people actually wanted out of their anniversary was kind of replaced with this idea of a bunch of free rewards. I think people have come to realize those free rewards weren't as good as they thought. I mean, look at the 88 gear we're getting. Like, what the hell is this shit? Pre-rolled out of its mind to be garbage. And then when they do look at things, when they do look further into the free rewards, like the only thing that could make that situation look worse is to be giving those free rewards in a way that looks like they're unfair or biased. Now, it's completely understandable why CN is getting more awards. It's a completely different game as far as I'm concerned. And CN player day one is facing so many more characters they have to gear, MOLA, and get than a global day one player, right? So it's clear they need some kind of mechanic to handle the onset of decisions and things they have to deal with, right? But at the same time, if you'll remember, one of the biggest scandals of last year was Genshin players feeling utterly disabled and completely disgusted with how they were treated for their anniversary as opposed to Honkai Star Rail players, right? Two completely different games, but the sentiment is still there. And I think a lot of these problems lie to the one thing I keep criticizing, Smilegate's ability to communicate. They don't have a strong ability to communicate. They don't empower their CMs a lot of times to be able to communicate, to give decisive answers, to tell the community what they need to hear. And I think if Smilegate wants to actively listen to the community, they have to empower the people doing the listening. Because if they don't, then they're going to keep running into communication issues. And I said this to Meep, if it's the 5th anniversary, and if you can't communicate with your audience after 5 years into the game, I don't know what to tell you.
100% agree. And even somebody in Car's YouTube chat,
What'd they say?
I won't say the name, but they said, let me go back and find it. The way they handle like their events and information distribution is really bad. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. They need to kind of do more research
I
with
third that.
technology.
The number one thing I've said, and
So
I
good
even
take,
said it in
person
the
in YouTube chat. Good take.
yeah, no, the number one thing I've kept saying, and it's the thing I said in the Smallgate video card that they want us to do recently when they said like, what do you want to see for the future of E7?
Yeah.
The number one thing I said was a version of E7 that keeps its promises. I'd like to in 2025 be able to stop making great achievement jokes. I don't want to keep making this same joke about promised content that's not coming, and I don't want to keep making this same joke about content that would be really cool but gets taken out of the game or isn't ever coming or all this stuff, right? I'd like to be able to say confidently that E7 is a game that sticks to its guns, sticks to its promises, and is constantly improving. Not changing things, but improving.
Mm-hmm. So, Divine, I will say you, me, and Sue, right?
Yeah.
When Meep said you people, he was talking about us. I think, I guess we need to start also just trying to pick up the pace a little bit. I know you're doing a lot already, brother, but in terms of like the surveys, what I was talking about with the the amount of chat answers, like we need to just provide them and I guess just keep going at it because the communication is not getting better. So besides us complaining, I guess that's the only thing we can do right now, right?
I mean, there's plenty we can do. I mean, Valky and me are always trying to hold these meetings with the CMs,
and
they're
so,
trying
Divine,
their
be honest
darndest.
with me. Those meetings, which is why I was saying you do a lot for us already, but how fruitful would you say they are?
Okay, so if you don't go in with blind optimism and hope,
Yeah.
Which is like there are certain things, and I've learned them over the. Actually, you know what? This is the best way to put it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first year I was in your chat when I was a young innocent babe, right?
Yeah,
and I said, I said in your chat, I said something like, Smallgate needs to deal with the fact that refreshing in the Sky Shop is bullshit, a waste of time, and really annoying as a feature.
Oh,
and you said to me, that is a dream. You don't even know. That's not even what we're fighting for, right? We're not fighting for that because that battlefield was settled long ago. There are places where we can actually put soldiers that will make a difference.
Divine, can
so
I
right now,
I love where you're going, but real quick, Divine, I've gotten some a little bit of I've been getting a little flack on the shop refresh. We're not going to go into it today, guys. Just like Divine saying, there's other battles to fight, but I got my own take on this, and some of my guys don't agree. Anyways, please continue, dude.
No, I mean I'm right there with you, right? That you got 20K Skystones up there. You know, I was sitting there with 20K the other day, and I'm like, I would rather pay someone to do this for me. I think my time is valuable.
Yeah.
I can't do this. But you know, that's part of the mechanical way it's designed. But like, you know, that fight is not something we can fight for, right? But part of being in the program and part of talking to the CMs, the helpful thing is figuring out what things can change and what things Smallgate is looking for feedback on that we can affect. And we are constantly fighting those grounds. I feel like an activist. I feel like somebody on the Senate floor just being like, listen, I can't get everything we want passed, but you got to know we're fighting for some stuff.
That's actually a really good comparison, by the way. It's like trying to get legislators like, yeah, we hear you, but we can't do that.
It's you trust me, you don't know how many things I've sat there and said. Every day I sound like the biggest Sue Glazer that has ever lived because every meeting is me going, let us test things before you put them out. Let us get a future club.
Yeah.
Let
test
us
server?
test features. Put a test server. Put a test server. Put a test server. I am sick of the weeks of people contemplating on how Harsetti is going to work because we need to get a lawyer in to officiate and look at the language used and then line it up with the gameplay intention.
Yeah, we don't even know, right, how the end of turn things are going to work until tomorrow. No one even knows how to balance around that.
Yeah, it is like just get a test server running already. And it's all the same stuff. If you remember last year when third pick ban protection came out, I was the one who stayed hard on my opinion where I said this is a terrible idea and people are going to like it because it changes things up. And in 3 months, people are going to go, I'm not so sure about this. And in 6 months from now, people are going to hate it. I stood on that opinion from day one.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord knows it came. Lord knows the rapture was coming. And I think that's the things we are fighting for, or the things we try to fight for, are calculated, and the more the community speaks up, the more we'll be able to push it.
Right.
I mean, and I have to say the more the community speaks up because, as you know, I don't have a community. I'm literally a random
You're our community
person.
All right. Divine, Sue, and Meep is for listener. Guys, I did want to bring up one thing real quick. Someone was asking, are you guys just going to talk about the China rewards, or are we going to discuss the let me hear you guys' thoughts on this real quick. Galaxy Coin Shop reversion. I think we're all on the same page here, right? There's not much
that was
too much
terrible
to say.
mistake.
Yeah, I don't think anyone is going to defend this. This is another thing. Yeah, go ahead.
It should have been schedule-wise. It should have been Navy Captain Landy. It's actually both of them. When I woke up this morning, I saw the original and then the revised one. The fact that Navy Captain Landy is not on either of them is like, what are we doing? That's the one that was scheduled. That's the one that should have been here, right?
I don't even beyond that, Sue. It's just the fact that I don't know. You're right that the rotation wise, but they always do their own thing. The thing that bothers me is it's not even, guys, what is or isn't here, but the fact that they didn't double check to write, they have to cross this thing out when a lot of people wanted Blood Moon Haste. You know that, right? And then we have like 3 units that are kind of older. One, it's what we were talking about earlier with communication and not double checking. This is something else when we should be focusing on the rewards. Now we have to talk about this kind of blunder. I don't know why they did this. Maybe they'll revert it, but apparently, guys, I don't know if y'all want to weigh in on this. Apparently, like the Stove comments were complaining that Briar Witch was already run in July, And so some people are speculating, Sue, that they took out the Briar Witch, right? And we said sometimes Smilegate does 1 step forward, 2 steps back. You take out Briar Witch, and what do they give us? 3 like old units that no one really wants anymore.
Yeah, I mean, those units all reran, if I'm not mistaken, within the last like 3 to 4 months.
Oh yeah, dude, these are you always see these units.
I would just like to remind people that they ran Blood Moon Haste in the Mystic shop. Not in the Mystic shop. They ran Blood Moon Haste for Mystic before he got buffed. I still think that was the dirtiest thing I've ever seen happen.
Divine, was it right before his buff?
Yes. Literally, the day it was like the day he left or the day after he left, they announced the balance adjustment preview, not the buffs go live, the preview. So you missed your window to get haste by 6 hours.
Jesus.
Like you would wake up and be like, oh wow, BM haste is broken. Let me just go get him from the coin shop because he's up. Oh wait, he left 4 hours ago. It was like that level of wow, that's diabolical.
Didn't they also put him on the following Mystic rotation?
Yes, they did.
For the actual pulls.
Yes, they did. Honestly, I'll say this, you know this card because you play Nikke.
Yeah.
I really hate this system in Epic 7, and I wish they would scrap it and go with the one that Nikke has, where it's 7 units and it changes daily. So you can just eventually get the unit you want because by the end of the month you'll have seen everything. They'll never do it because they can't resell you banners or whatever. You know what I mean? It's oh well, if we cycle through the whole cast within a month, we can't just use that equity to rerun. I don't know, Navy Captain Landy or Dragon Bride Senya or whatever, right? So they're not going to do that. But surely anything is better than this.
Did anyone hear?
Trash.
Did anyone here graduate college?
Yes.
No one graduated a degree.
Yes. Believe it or not.
Yeah, Carl. What did you?
Yeah, I did.
Carl, what did you get your degree in?
Physical therapy.
Okay, great. If you have any friends with a history degree, could you connect them to me? I really need this help ASAP because I'm trying to figure out when the hell was the last time Ambitious Tywin was running the coin shop.
He's too
I've
strong.
been waiting
He's too strong, man.
for long enough.
Yeah. That's exactly my point. It's just dude, they just choose ones that they know nobody wants, and then they hold the ones that people would actually want to grab. It's really frustrating, and honestly, it does feel very scummy. It's if you just look, if it was an actual system of oldest one that hasn't been in there is in there plus 2 reruns, there's a list of characters that's queued up. It's 7, 8 characters long.
Yeah,
and it should go.
So you're correct.
We
can see the history, right? I just don't want us to ever rely on precedents because Smilegate, we know, right, will just change up whenever they want to do whatever they want. But you do have a good point on what we should expect. The thing for me, like I was saying, is just we didn't even double check here. Now you put Blood Moon Haste, and then y'all brought up that Blood Moon Haste was on coins right before he got buffed. Man, that is wild.
Yeah, Landy has legit been out for 14 months and has had 2 reruns in the banner, and it's cool, she should be here. And she's just not, which means that next month might be the month that Landy's here when it should have been Urban Shadow Shu.
Oh, speaking of, War of Line is saying still waiting for ML Shu.
Yeah, that's exactly. If you were waiting for Shu, bro, it's not gonna be October is Landy, November Shu. It's now I'm praying I get Shu before the end of the year.
There you go, Divine. This one's for you. I don't know what it means, but someone linked this. There's your Ambitious Tywin, Divine.
There it is for me. Yeah,
there you go.
Hallelujah. You know, the last time Tywin was run was August 2023.
Really?
Yeah,
in the coin shop.
Yeah, Josh was saying I would have used coins a few feet. It was in the shop. It should have been Landy November, Landy October, Shu November, Abyssal in December. But because of this, you're waiting until 2025 to pick up a UFE.
Dude, this is, and guys, I don't want to bring this other bombshell up, but this is it's the balance patches, right, boys? You wait so long for these coin shop rotations, and is this the end of the world? Well, for some people it might be, but it's not really, right? But then you got to wait for all the people waiting with their coins, man. It just doesn't feel great. And then it's the balance patch too. Whether or not you like the Pirate Captain Flan thing or not, guys, the fact that we only get them 8 weeks and we have one less unit that's going to get a change, that should never be a thing, man.
Bro, I straight up, I had 140 coins. I spent 40 of them to get Rowana because it was the first thing I didn't have. They had been in the shop in over a year. Straight up, The remaining 100 coins, I would give them to Smilegate instantaneously to give me Senya. Even Ludwig at this point. I'm not even a cleaver. I would give you 100 coins for Ludwig because the system is so bad.
Spoot, or I said Spoot. Sue, the Rec Rwana, do you know what happened with mine? Sorry, side tangent, guys. That has nothing to do with what's right or wrong. I pulled this with coins, dude. The next day I got her on the free ML5s, man.
That's how it be.
Yeah. Anyways.
Free and free.
Meep, is there anyone else? Wait, guys, anyone else wanting to join us, man?
There's Archon and Jokes.
Who's Jokes? Is that Joe?
Joe? No, other Joe.
Other Joe.
It's
Okay,
Joe
yeah,
Pet,
yeah.
Evil,
All right,
Alter,
we
Alter.
Green name Joe.
We still got time. Let's get Archon in real quick. He's probably gonna troll us, guys. Be prepared for this. We'll let him speak though.
Okie dokie.
Joe, how you doing, man? Hello, Proji guys. Sorry if I didn't greet some of y'all. We kind of got a little spicy one today, having people join us. Ark, you ready?
Yo.
Ark, what's going on, man? What's your take on all this?
Based on what? Like which topic first?
It's up to you, man. Whatever
It's
you
whatever
want.
you want to
Yeah.
talk about, brother.
Alright. The CN shit.
The CN. You want
There's too many bitches
Oh.
and too many bums.
Jesus, man.
Like, and then I'm putting them in different categories.
You're just
'cause it's
copying
like-
me, Ark.
No. This is
Okay,
this
go
is
ahead.
my
Go ahead.
Yeah,
opinion.
let them know.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Let them know.
There's everyone in like majority of people on like all the forums are bitching about it.
Uh-huh.
Fine, whatever. But it's the same motherfuckers, man. It's the same people that are bitching about the game. It's like if you don't like the game
No,
and
don't say
nothing
it.
is changing,
Don't say
then fucking leave, man.
No.
What's so hard?
No, dude.
like and then I categorize them into bums because they're bitching about the game, but then they're still spending money. It's like you have to pick one. You either complain about the game and you stop spending and you don't support it
Okay,
anymore,
I agree with
or
that. That's
or you support the game and you buy stuff. You can't be on both sides and then you're a bitch and a bum.
Jesus,
It's like
Ark,
it's
man.
just
Okay. Well, heard you loud and clear, man.
yeah, and then that's about it.
All right. Do you want to comment on the other two topics? I guess there's only one other one, right? I guess the coin shop, and then what else were we discussing? I guess.
I do think
Yeah.
I do disagree with Divine on the
Ooh, okay, let me.
test server.
Yeah, disagree with Divine.
I don't think a test server is a good idea.
Why?
And the reason I say this is because Smilegate isn't a company that through like past experience has a lot of resources, right? We don't know where they're putting their resources allocated. We talk about how balance patches are so sparse. We talk
Yeah.
about like the coin shop and stuff that they can change and nothing's changing.
Uh-huh.
So it doesn't seem like they have a lot of resource allocation or like they have issues with that. If we're gonna make a test server that's more resources allocated somewhere else, also stuff changes, like meta changes and like unit and draft picks also change as people find out like create new techs. Like you can take Fire Armintha, right?
Uh-huh.
No one played Fire Armintha for like years, and then randomly, actually I don't know. I don't really play RTA, so but
she did get
I
some
think
buffs along the way, though, right? Ark, remembering that she's gotten multiple rounds of balance patch stuff.
If I may interject, just one of the things I've always hated about this game is we always talk about how like you're gated on mullas. You have to pay gold for free on equip.
Yeah.
Those things being in the game means that you are less likely
To test.
to take chances
Yep.
on testing things. No, it is more likely that the average person tunes in to watch Valky to see what Valky does, and if he gives it the Valky seal of approval, then you build it. Than them just going out and trying to build it because of the way the system is set up. So that is why characters like R are meant to go under the radar, because it finally somebody, mans up, for lack of a better phrase, and just builds the thing and goes, oh, it's actually pretty good.
Glazing. No, I'm kidding too. I agree. Yeah, that's something we've said since year one. But I want to say something. I think Divine, you might have some thoughts too. Ark, you said disagree on test server because of the resources, and that would stop. What'd you say? It would hinder
It would pull-
already the bad balance patch schedule, right?
yeah, you're
balance.
pulling away from everything
But
else.
I think that's
already
the
has
reason
problems.
Divine and I are bringing this up, because they kind of tie in together. So you are pulling it will take money and resources, but won't that help the balance patch in the long run? I think that's what we need help with. Is like the
Yes.
test server is for the balance patch, brother.
In the
Right.
words of much older black people than me, a ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. If you put the time into a test server and figure things out and really nail your balance ahead of time, especially in a game where you don't feel comfortable nerfing, you get to avoid things like the Alvira situation, which costs you the time to develop and then costs you more time to fix because you didn't test things.
I think it makes sense in theory, right?
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Well, this is all theory, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying it doesn't take. If you have the right team, it doesn't take a lot. Like when I worked at a small team to balance previous games before. It was literally 6 people.
Yep. But this is in the theoretical that people play on the test server. Who's gonna play on the test server?
Well,
If I'm not playing on that, like I'll tell you, I'm not playing.
Sure people would, man.
But that's like saying I'm not going to throw a birthday party because who's going to show up? Like we could make that argument for anything, right?
Whoa, guys, you're gonna catch some people in the crossfires, man.
Yeah, literally,
right.
it could be like it could literally just be me, Car, Divine, Valky, and then you could take your pick, Elf Mage, what KHM. That could literally be your 6-man thing.
Yeah.
Well, I would want it open to everybody, no? Like
the
way other test servers work.
Even that, it's just like the idea of
or a beta server like League, that would work too.
Yeah. I think the more people testing is obviously better. You want different.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like there's also this thing, right, where I was watching Lunal the other day.
Yeah.
I think this was like a couple weeks ago, and I think a lot of people attributed Fire Armitha to Lunal or Elf Mage, around
I would say
last
Skizu.
season.
I would say a Skizu.
And
But
then
I don't know who's first.
I have no idea who's first. I was just like watching a stream while working, and then Lunal said he got it from a random Emperor player. He just saw it and he was like, "Wait, this is pretty good." And then he took it, and because obviously now he's a streamer, he's a content creator. I think it was like, "Oh, that's the Lunal tech. The Fire Armitha is Lunal tech." You play League, Blue Ezreal, which I don't know if people still remember in like season 3 and 4. That was made by a gold player.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have to be a high MMR, high elo player to make techs that are actually pretty good.
okay,
Right?
yeah,
And that's the purpose of the live server. Like meta changes, and there's the majority of the players are going to be playing on the live server, not on test server, not on any PTRs, PBEs, or anything. The stuff
but like the idea of a test server isn't like God holding out his arms, preventing all ailments from ever afflicting humanity. It's to catch very specific, very problematic things that Epic 7 has had a history of letting pass through ahead of time, so the player base can actually make informed decisions, right? It's for the purpose of not running into an Alvira situation. It's for the purpose of people being able to talk about Harsteady and know what she does and actually figure out things about her without having to wait for her to come out to launch and then watching Valky stream because the language is unclear in her kit, right? It's for going in there and actually making sure that Smallgate has all the information they need when they launch a unit, because they don't want to go back and nerf things. It's about preventing things, a lot of things, but not everything. If we only implemented perfect solutions, we would make a perfect game, and a perfect game doesn't exist.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. Not to you, but to Valk. Sorry.
Okay, so makes sense, right? I agree with everything you said. Then, in terms of what is on Car's notes, then
Yeah.
the test server wouldn't be to balance anything. Then it's not a test server to balance. It's just a test server to find unintended bugs. And I think that's where we would have to change like what we're marketing as, right? That's I guess that's a marketing thing.
It would be a 2-in-1. It would definitely be a 2-in-1 situation. Like, yeah, you'd be testing for bugs, but you would also be testing for the balance.
And not even
then
2 for 1,
bugs that
right?
are
You just
there,
implement
like,
it, and then we could go whatever people want to use it for, or whatever. If it's for bugs.
It wouldn't be something that you could. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, let me just put it to you straight. They're the same thing, right? Teamfight Tactics, Valk is playing it right now, right? It has a bug currently in the game where one of the characters is immune to CC when they activate their ability, right? They took that away from her. They patched that. It's a nerf. They even acknowledged it as much. Like, this is technically a nerf to this character because it changes it changes an unintended thing we wanted about her, but it lowers her value, right? That people have been enjoying from her in the live server. At the end of the day, bugs, if they improve the value of a character, taking them away is still a nerf, right? It's still a nerf. Yeah.
Wait, I want to ask about that. Divine, you know how long patches are in TFT? Just a quick question.
You mean how long they last, or how long it takes to develop them?
How long it takes from like 14.12 to like 14.13 or something?
Guys, I gotta use the restroom real quick. Meep, can you if once they're done, either Valk I think wanted to say something quick, or Jokes has been waiting. Okay, just keep it flowing, boys. Be right back, real quick.
Like a week or two, yeah.
So it takes a week, and then does that?
So I got something for you
on live server from 14.12 to 14.13 is a week.
League is a good example of why SG won't do it. Because if you open up a test server to everyone, right? What happens with League PTR when it comes up? All the poor bees that don't have any skins go there to play with skins. And if that's the kind of thing you have set up on E7 or like Smilegate would see that as lost revenue, because now they're letting free-to-plays play with all the characters at least part of the time. And on top of that, they're going to look at it as lost revenue that's costing them money, because they're going to pay somewhere in the range, some percentage of what they pay for server hosting already, just to have a test server. You know, we already know they host all their stuff on AWS. So you only pay as long as your stuff's running. So if they have a test server that they have to leave up all the time, or 30% of the time, or whatever, they're going to pay a lot of extra money that way. And they're not going to want to do that. We know
if it's financially viable, they can do it.
Another thing is the RNG aspect. How if a new unit comes out, how are we gearing the unit? How are we getting the gear to put onto that unit? Is the account just gonna have 80 plus gear score on everything, and you're just gonna sift through thousands, tens of thousands of pieces of gear to just slap on a unit? Are we getting the most optimal build? And then what determines optimal build, right? You have Harcetes coming out. Some people say player fast, some people say player slow, some people say player somewhere in between. Where's the gear coming from?
Yeah, to that point, Archon, they have like basically two options, and neither of them they're gonna like. So one option is you just give infinite gear on PTR. Anyone who plays on PTR is going to be like, I never want to go back to my normal account because perfect gear is just so much better than my crappy gear. Or they make a thing that they have to sync, where you go and you sync your account over to the test realm. And that's a process that they then have to maintain and develop. There's a lot of overhead there that even if SG had the resources to do it, they're not going to, because it doesn't make them any money.
Why do they need the resources to do it? They already have it.
Yeah, it's kind of existing
They
already.
have it
on
in the
dev
sense
accounts.
that, yes, they can stand up another instance that they use for tournaments, but they probably don't run that all the time.
No. The instance already exists within the game.
They run
on
it
the dev
just
accounts.
when they need it. They probably have similar that they run just for their stuff, like for their development purposes. But when it's running, that costs money. And to make it so there is a way for players without submitting support tickets to sync their accounts in, because we know they're not going to give everybody unlimited perfect gear to use. That's development they have to do.
All right. Guys, let's get Valken for his quick take on this, and then I want Jokes. Jokes has been waiting patiently. Jokes, if you can hear me, man, thank you so much for being patient.
All right, before Valky jumps in, I'm gonna let him say his piece, but as soon as he's done, I'm out also, because I gotta get ready for stream myself.
All right, guys, if you haven't heard of Mr. I'm Sue, the best takes in the biz, except when it comes to Nikke, specifically Red Hood, but otherwise go watch him. I give him my full support. Just anything with Nikkei Red Hood, don't listen to him. Okay, let's get Valken here, man.
Okay, so you guys were talking about a test round, and it's like it's really not that deep. You know a lot more about this, and you should definitely know. Like when they run tournaments, we are already on their test round. Like their tournament round is quite literally their test round, and it literally when we were doing our Huawei tournament, we had to get on it and then use that account to load in all of their proprietary overlays, which they were like, oh, if you want to do more stuff, like make games best of 11, because that was actually something Genazat suggested at one point. I don't know how serious he was about that, right? So you can clearly tweak a lot of the stuff within their tournament realm, right? We've seen them change people's names from Korean to say English, like they did that for Hui and Dom Dom, right? Like you can on the same note, right? Start tweaking stuff like, we can bring back the different weird ass frenzies people can have for preseason, right? Make that only a preseason thing so people have a reason to play RTA again, right? Give people an option to take away like third pick ban protect in that thing, right? Guess what else it'll help out, right? It'll help out guys like me, Car, and Divine that run and cast tournaments, right? Now the community will have a lot of content. Now we can have all of these crazy, stupid ass shit we can do, right? Like these are already things we have, right? And when we bring them up to the community managers, they're like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea, right? And then we never hear from them again because HQ's just like, yeah, we're not trying to have that like whole 10 hop business again, right? We're not trying to give like the player base too much power again. We don't want to have a repeat of this guy or that guy, right? So it's like we're kind of put in a really hard position where we're like, okay, well, I see a clear out, right? Like, as an RTA player, I'm sure we all play a hella ton of RTA in here, right? You all see the win condition when you come out the draft. That's like us. When we go into the meeting, we see the win condition. But we're like, all right, so can I just summon and draft for that win condition? Smout gets like, I'm going to ask HQ. And guess what happens time and time again? We just don't get it, right? And guess what? We're literally trying to line up right now. Another meeting. And guess what's probably going to be the result? We don't get the ability to basically get that dev kit and mess around with that tournament round, right? Like, that's just how. Speaking of which, I'm trying to line up a meeting right now. I'm assuming we're all on board, boys? All of us in the program?
Add me to that meeting. I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know when I have a date for it.
I'll yap less this time, by the way, Val.
No, you're fine, dude. Like that's just my thing, right? Like we do this, but for one reason or another, Smaugate has like PTSD of giving the player base, giving the community too much power, right? Especially if you look at the P-Flan thing. Like if you are the company, right? Like clearly we have distinguished communities, right? Stove is Stove, Reddit is Reddit, and Twitch is Twitch. YouTube clearly has a different set of opinions as well, and that is okay, right? But to Smilegate, it's just the player base as a whole, right? You kind of have to look at everything as a whole. Like, like the community manager tries to do their best, but the balance team as well as the management team, they're not going to have an idea of like, bro, I'll bet you they don't even know the difference from Arcalive to Naver to Africa. You know what I mean? Like those are all different Korean platforms and they probably have their own opinions as well, right? So like, honestly, like there just needs to be, I think it's like Meep who said it, right? Like we all kind of just need to come together and all say the same thing. Because if you're Smilegate, right? You're like, all right, guys, let's buff Pirate Captain Flan. It's going to be cool. It's going to be exciting. Oh, shit, never mind. The player base is really mad about it. All right, let's cancel it. Oh, shit, the player base is really mad that we canceled it. You know what, guys? Maybe we just don't listen to the player base. Like, it's kind of a reasonable response for a company to have, right? And
yeah, that was my point, Valky. Yeah, that was literally what I was saying.
You just need, like, we actually need to come together and, like, make it, right? So, which is why I'm like, all right, cool, meeting time. But this time, I'm going to invite everybody I can freaking find. Right? And then, I don't know, I might make a group chat, and then we like, see if we can all agree this is the list of things that we want to see changes for. But I think, to a very baseline level, I agree with what Divine said, right? Right now, in the 6th anniversary, we have a lot of people coming in. And in, like, the rewards are cool, right? You even have guys who, I won't name them if they want to name themselves, that's fine, right? They're like, I'm probably going to quit the game. Oh, wait, never mind. 6th anniversary, we got a lot of rewards. You know what? I'm probably going to quit afterwards, right? Like, that's a lot of people. That's not just, like, maybe somebody in this call, right? But that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And the way you get these guys to stay is by pushing out content, right? Make updated content, give them more reasons to stay. And like I feel like we've stated that so much, and we actually have to come out together and all say it at once.
I agree with that. And by the way, clock is ticking on that. Like, you have a ton of new people coming in. You have 33 days left in your event. You need a reason to keep these people in 33 days. This is the most amount of new people we've had in 6 years.
Damn right. Oh, wait. Not in 6 years, is it? It's like the most we've had in the recent 2 years, I would say.
Maybe.
It's the most reward we've had in the.
If we're talking about reward, I think I meant amount of people coming to the game.
But also they need to fix Arena, bro. I'm like, every day I'm watching Lucira go to bed at like 3 a.m. with like a beat up, like hella fucked up looking emoji. And then he gets up at like 7:30 a.m. for work. And I'm just like, what the fuck are they doing to my boy, bro? Like, as like a friend, I'm actually like, this company is actually using my friend's investment in their game to actually hostage him, right? And I'm actually like kind of pissed about that one. So that's something I'm bringing up personally the next meeting for sure.
Yeah, I think that this arena season, like the way it is now, this cannot continue. Like, once the season is done, we dead it, we change it.
Yep, that's all I got. All right, thank you for hearing me out. I go shop.
All right, Val. Take it easy, man. Thanks for coming on.
I am out also,
Sue,
chat.
take it easy, man. Much love, guys.
Later.
Go check out Sue. He's streaming soon. Boys, can we please give Mr. J a second, man? He's been waiting. I can't wait to hear from my boy Jay. Guys, we're going to do more of these in the future. Please don't be afraid to come on. I like when y'all speak your minds, even if it's different than whoever else, including me. But yeah, don't feel shy. We'll have more of these in the future, okay? So far, you've all been very behaved. I appreciate it. Let's get Mr. J and Meep when he's ready.
Oh, he's in.
Okay. Jay, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, bro?
So, been watching you today and been taking notes.
Uh-huh.
The whole test server thing.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have one for like content creators, so you can see what the heroes can do and all that. What's the best teams? What kind of content? But a lot of you guys are getting the information from the live streams on skills and all that, and you guys seem to already know where they're going to be good at. So test servers, I feel like, wouldn't really be beneficial.
Jay, can you clarify? What do you mean by we get the information? What are you saying?
So when they do the live streams and you get to see what the skills are and all that, for you guys that have been playing for a while, you guys already can pick up, oh, this character is going to be good in this dungeon or this hunt. This would be good in this team for PvP. Like, you guys kind of already know. So test servers, I feel like wouldn't be really beneficial. In my sense, I don't think it would be that beneficial. It would help, but I don't think it would be that beneficial.
Did any of you guys on the call want to weigh in on that? Or okay, if you have more, you can keep going, but we should take it point by point. Go ahead.
I can say something about that. So I get what you're saying, but at the same time, content creators have been proven wrong many times in the past, right? The most recent one I can remember is KHM and AU Fiend, especially Fiend. I believe he said the AU Fiend was dog shit, and then he goes ahead and makes the most cancer playstyle in the game. Was that KHM?
Maybe, but I mean, I've been wrong. I said, guys, I thought Karina was going to be bad. I'll use myself as an example, right? It's just, I think every content creator's been wrong. I think all of y'all have had a wrong take. No one's been 100% right, and if they say so, they're lying. But there's, beyond just that, yes, there's one thing, Jay, content creators aren't always right. Two, there's some things like the bug we were talking about with Harsetti, right? Where we don't, or not bug, but we don't know exactly how her kit's going to work based on the end of the turn, how her thing works on her turn. We are not even sure, like Sage Ball, Dilibet, how that's all going to interact with her. So there are some other case uses, not just what we feel is going to be strong or not strong, right?
There's also...
I get that, and wording and all that. Well, sorry, go ahead.
There's also the thing where Smilegate doesn't always translate stuff correctly.
Yeah.
So even though we should know exactly what it would do based on the way they worded it, they just worded it wrong.
The translation to actual wording, like they probably have the good concept, but the wording doesn't really make a full sense, which I get that. I know when I used to stream, I would try to make my own teams compared to people like R, because I used to watch you when I streamed too. I didn't view your content while I was streaming, but I would take a lot of your hints from it and all that.
Well, much love, man.
But I would try to find my own team, and sometimes words can get interrupted, and it could you think it does one thing, but it actually does something else with another character. It interacts with a different character differently by just one word. And going back to your the China server,
yeah,
they're talking about making a China server just by itself, where it's not going to be input to worlds or anything, right?
Right.
It is that way already.
Okay, so are they talking about with the catch-up? Are they talking about making a merger later on?
I don't think there's been any info on that. I don't know if it's been official. Does anyone know? But it seems like they're never gonna.
China will never merge with us because of the NPPA.
Okay.
It literally mandates
I remember
them
you
to
saying
have
something
separate
about
servers. They are mandated to have separate servers, so they will never join us ever.
And once again, guys, just to say it again, guys, just because someone's from China, you see Asia server, that's not what we're talking about, right? I still keep seeing people misinterpret that. So don't worry.
Yes, Asia
for now,
is
they're not
different
connected.
from China. Asia, Korea, EU, global, all different from China. China is a standalone server. The same game or two different games under the same title.
Yeah.
That's how you need to look at it. Because that's how it exists.
So Jay, were you going like yeah, go ahead. I think I know where you're going with it though.
So people from China, why would they be able to get onto the Asia server? Because why would you just go onto the China server instead of the Asia server then?
Yeah, China is a dedicated server for China only, so we'll never get access to that. But China can access all the other servers if they want to. They might get into a little trouble for it. Majority of the Chinese players already play on Asia, Korea, global, EU. They're already there.
Maybe I think he's more. I think he's asking why would someone from China that's already could have been playing on Asia, why would they roll onto China specific servers? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes. Brother, like I think
or people that just start.
So sometimes people want a fresh start. Sometimes people want to, like for me, what Meep was saying, play only with like the Chinese region. Maybe they want to play by that kind of setup. Maybe they like Zilong, the publisher. Could be a lot of reasons, man. Like I played on Counterside SEA server. I'm not from there, but as soon as Global launched, right, a lot of us went to Global. It's like that.
In my experience,
I did that too on Counterside.
Yeah. So there's a lot of reasons.
In my experience to this, there's a lot of like advantages you can take over with like a new server coming into play. And the most recent and like best example of this is Deity. Like when EU server came about after Global was released, he hop shipped to EU and he got all of the arena awards right off the gate. He got the first season arena frame right off the gate. That's shit that you can never get like coming into a server unless you just do it from a fresh server start.
Yeah. Also, guys, a lot of people like the fresh white mechanic, right? Look at Path of Exile, look at Escape from Tarkov, Diablo Season Ladders. It's fun to start, or people just making alt accounts, right? It's fun to start from scratch sometimes. So there's a lot of different reasons, Jay, why someone might want to shift over, even if they have an account they could already be playing on.
Okay, so and then another,
you can do it better.
Another, or even just have a better start because you already know what you're doing.
Sure, yeah, that's I like doing that for leagues on Path of Exile. Yeah.
Something that I do want to bring up about the whole gifting, not the China one for the catch up, but just for like this event for the Dash event. I've noticed that because there's been some new characters that I was unfortunately not able to get, like Mortal Wukong. Well, some of the books you are not allowed to get him because they do not allow the newer units to be selected. I think I have a problem with that because some free to play or people that don't have all day to play that could save marks and all that could get them. Would that be wrong for me to say? Like, I know I've been playing for a while. I do have majority of the characters, but some of them that are good now that I couldn't get because of, say, I had a 12-hour day, I had a 14-hour day at work, and I couldn't play for a while.
Sorry, Jay, I was kind of reading
Why would they make
chat. Are you asking why, like, should we have more ways to get limited options? Is that what it's boiling down to?
well?
So I think what
Even
he's
for
saying,
the
Par, is that it's shitty for free-to-play players
Yeah.
that they limit the tickets to not have the newest units.
Oh, okay.
And I think we all agree that that's shitty for free-to-play players.
Yeah.
We also probably all agree that Smilegate's never going to change it because they view it as lost revenue.
And that's that's a great way to put it. And that's just what we were talking about earlier, Jay, where guys, if you're going to a gacha game, you got to understand, right? Things will never be fair, especially if you're free to play, especially if you're working 12 hours a day. You can't play all day. That's just kind of the game you're getting into. So you got to take the good with the bad. If you like the gacha, you got to understand, right? Either with RNG, limited time access, Smilegate maybe blocking free to plays from getting things that aren't monetized. Yeah. It's just sort of that's the way things are with this kind of genre.
I just think what they could do is do a banner just for newer heroes. Like, I want to say Jinhua.
Yeah.
You can't get Mortal Wukong. You can't get those from the I want to call them books, but the ones where you
the
can
side
select
stories.
the 5.
You can do Janua now from the side story, but in terms of Wukong, you can't. But the only reason what they did with Wukong was they did that 9.99 pack where it'll put that banner up and then you can summon on the banner. So if anything, they'll do it in that format because it's already been done now with Wukong. But pretty much after a limited amount of time, they will put units in the whole side story thing where you can go and access them through their side story summon.
After 6 months, the non-limited unit will be.
There we go.
It will activate the banner when you activate their side story, but it has to be 6 months after their original banner.
So just recently, it was Janua.
I just think if they want to get more people in, especially ones that just came out and is already passed, the only way is to summon on the Covenant summon, because the banner's not up, and you have to pray and hope you get it.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's something they're never going to change, because one of the key principles that they build their business on is FOMO.
Yeah, true.
So if you know you can activate any non-limited banner anytime you want, they're going to, like, let's say they did make that change. You know what change they're also going to make? Every new character is now limited.
Yeah, that's true.
So then,
in money sense, it would be the best.
Except you can't even Luxac them out of the Cubs. So, like, I think everyone would agree we would all love to have more access to the characters we don't have without having to wait for a banner to come back. But it's not realistic to think that Agasha is going to do that.
Especially one as big as this one. The one that, I don't know if you've seen Profit, or where it's ranked on most. Yeah, I don't know where it's ranked, but I know that they're bringing in money and going with the player base, kind of like what you brought up earlier. They need to hear what the player base is hearing, but at the same time not pissing off people that don't want that. And it's that balance, if that makes sense.
Sorry, Jay, I'm focusing on this RTA game, or draft game, I should say. Was there anything else, brother man?
Those are all my notes. Thank you
Gotcha.
for having me.
Of course, dude. So Jay, can I ask you real
I was
quick?
gonna say
How long did you say
yeah.
you've been playing? A while. You said, right?
I've been playing since the first rotation after Seaside.
Sorry, say that again. Since when?
He's been playing since SSB.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're an OG.
It was like right after
first
she
SSB.
got released.
Gotcha. Okay, got it. All right, man. Well, yeah. Thanks for coming in, Jay. Appreciate it.
I'm just happy I got to talk to you guys.
Of course,
yeah.
dude.
You guys have a good night.
You too, man.
Have a good one. Car, you got ATK waiting in the waiting room.
Oh, baby. Bring him in. We got 10 minutes. Guys, last call, although it might be too late. We'll do more of these in the future. Meep, thanks for taking the initiative on this one. But yeah, let's get ATK in.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello, brother.
Yo.
Hey, Cart. Hey, I have to admit that I've had your stream on mute for the last 2 hours, so I don't know what anyone said.
Don't
I'll just
worry.
drop my 2 cents
You didn't miss
Based-
much.
on the whole matter. I'll say that, I do understand that the things that happen on the Chinese server don't really have an impact on the rest of the world. And,
Mhm.
thus, it seems a little improper to really be too negative about what they're getting. And at the same time, I can understand, the inequality, right? The fact that they're getting stuff for seemingly no reason.
Yeah.
And, why can't we just have that stuff? But I think really the most cogent response to this is fuck Epic 7, man. I'm here to talk about the most important thing that's going to happen this week, which is, of course, the watch party this Friday.
That's right.
Where you could join Car in watching
Hosted by ATK.
Hosted by me. My favorite anime, actually, which happens to be Macross Plus. And one Spicer anime, which we still haven't picked, Car. Car, do you have any preferences or any recommendations?
I mean,
I actually don't have an idea yet.
Depending on how many people we get. By the way, guys, everyone's invited. We're going to do more of these kind of call-in days, but on Friday, if you're free after the stream, we're going to be doing an anime watch party, but it also includes... how should I say it, ATK? Spicy, adult, H. If you know what H stands for, you know. And it might be real, guys, like,
Yeah, we're
not your
still
grandma's adult anime, something serious.
Hey,
dude.
ATK, how about some Kuro Inu?
That's one of the choices. That's one of the choices. There's a spectrum of spiciness we can pick from. Kurino's one of them. Euphoria's one. I feel like a lot of people have seen those. Everyone's seen Bible Black. Everyone's seen Shoujo Rabone.
Everyone,
So,
right, guys? I'm sure.
Absolutely everyone.
Absolutely.
It's world famous.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure what we're gonna pick yet, Car. I'll
Okay.
confer with you.
Yeah.
And we could go with something a little bit more norming friendly. Like the bottom end of the spectrum would be something from Queen's Blade.
Okay.
Actually,
I'm down. I'm down for whatever. Just be there on Friday, guys. If you want to hang out with us, and chat, and then we'll watch some anime together. Just about an hour, of your time right after stream if you're free, and that should be a good time. ATK. Anything else? Thank you so much for that plug.
Yeah.
I love it.
One last thing, Car. You got 2 more Guild War attacks, so make sure you do it.
God, dude!
All right. Thanks for having me.
Out.
Thank you, ATK. Guys,
All right.
I didn't finish my Guild Wars. We're too busy yapping.
I got a good question for you, Car.
Go ahead, brother.
Along that same vein, when are we doing our next Car 6 Degen playthrough on Discord?
Oh, Jesus, man. Hez, if you want to plan something like ATK, I'm down. We'll talk about that. We can plan something, man. Good
Wait,
God.
Car, I also have a question.
All right, Art. Did you see what I typing you in chat? Can you plan the Tarkov
yeah.
thing?
Can you plan the Tarkov thing?
I'm gonna make Evan do it.
Okay.
I'll make Evan.
Oh, that'll never happen.
I know.
Evan's not doing anything.
None of us want to plan it, dude. All
Evan's
right.
too
I
busy
have a condition where I
running
don't know how to read the
bans from
calendar.
Twitch streamers.
We
so
could play. I'm
you
down
got
to
it.
if y'all don't want to play Tarkov, play Deadlock. But Volk keeps what do you call it? Guilting me because he bought the $300 Tarkov edition.
Oh wait, I
So,
also have that.
I mean, I have it too, but he bought it because he wanted to play with us. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So
I see.
we gotta play it with him, man. Oh, there
I
he is.
feel
He's in
that.
chat.
This Car guy, he once was like,
Hez,
yo,
stop.
Hez, you gotta come play Vindictus with me. I get on Vindictus.
Yeah.
Look at Car. Car is playing that thing like 12 hours a day, every day. How many times did Car play with me? 0 seconds.
Hez, I was waiting for you to get to the raids, dude. I would have taken you under my wing. We'd done some raids, man. But you got to get through the story.
When do you wake up, Car? Like,
Oh,
how are we gonna set up a day to play something and
Guys,
you
the
wake up
weekends,
when I'm off
no,
work?
I'm on a normal schedule. Let's do the weekend. We'll do the weekend.
You think Car wakes up?
Yeah, true. I don't sleep. I think I'm dead, by the way, in this draft. 7 days to die, yeah, as well. Yeah, that means you plan it, man. Guys, I'm going to keep telling y'all, you plan it, I'll be there. All right?
Yep.
All right. Anything else, guys? Maybe more on E7 rather than my personal life? Anything else, chat? Some of y'all...
nobody else want to come in the chat and be wrong?
Meep, guys.
Yeah.
Once again, we got to keep pushing these guys to come
Wait,
on,
wait.
boys. Come chat
Okay, I have
with
a
us.
question for you, Car. Did you
Okay.
see the next season frames? What's your opinion on next season?
Honestly, I didn't
Next
even
season
look.
frame.
All I looked at was the oh god, she was debuffed. I just saw that was Pirate Captain Flan, guys, and I was like, Jesus Christ, man. We have a unit that's not getting buffed as our skin. Rest in peace. Are they bad? Let me see.
Volka linked it.
All right, chat. What do we think? Didn't we get another like turquoise looking one maybe like 5 seasons back? This looks like a worse version of
Yeah,
that.
this one's eh.
This looks worse than that one, and that one.
What's
Yeah.
the difference?
Wait, the legend one's pretty fire though.
The other
the
one
legend
looks
it's
better.
not.
I don't think it
What?
looks good. Wait,
The other one's not amazing, but it looks better than this one.
wait.
You know
Ark,
when
you
you were
like
a
these?
kid?
I like the legend one, and that's it.
Let me see the legend.
No, that's ugly too.
What?
You know when you went to the stores, like when you went to Toys R Us, I'm showing my age. When you went to Toys
Yeah,
R
that
Us
shit is
as a
closed
kid,
now, brother.
and then
Yeah.
like you would get the fucking Beyblade pack and you get the defensive
those are
one, like
sick.
that's what that looks like.
Those
It doesn't
are
even
sick.
look good.
What?
This man
Dude,
said
imagine you're
Beyblade,
like,
dude.
okay.
I'm
Maybe
showing my
I'm just
age.
the odd one out, man.
There was no Beyblades, dude. We had yo-yos, okay? We had
Bro,
these
the
extreme
red one,
yo-yos.
the red one that we had a couple seasons back, that one was good, and that one looked like a Beyblade, but this one looks trash. It's the same thing. You can't even tell the difference between that one and Imp. I don't know about you, but I didn't see the little shiny shit that was supposed to be on there, the little twinkle nonsense.
Yeah, it's not on here, actually. That's a good point. I guess it's right here, Meep. It's hard to see in the still, but there is a little bit. It's just the same color as the damn frame itself, so it's hard to
I
see.
couldn't even tell that was there.
Yeah, I had to zoom in and really look for it.
This is a terrible frame.
Oh, I didn't even see the new E's. Alpsy, can you link them real quick? Were they good, guys? We've been talking about all the bad stuff. Were the E's at least good? The Hua and who was it? Hua and
Summer
Summer
Sarah.
Sarah, yeah. Oh, Bianco
Bro,
said
Dragoon was trash, Red.
Bianco
It was
said
all
they're
about
bad.
Black Johnson.
The E's are mid. Oh, hell yeah, guys. Okay, cool. Good talk, man. The Amiki, at least one good thing, right, Skull? Amiki looks good, and I bet you people will play her at least. They cooked with one thing. Jesus.
So I got a
guys.
real topic, Car.
Okay, last thing, Hez. We
Yeah.
got a few minutes. Yeah. What's up, brother?
How many people in chat are planning to quit after the rewards are done?
No one.
No, I'm in that boat. That's Valk was trying not to call me out, but he knows
No.
that's my plan.
Ain't no way.
Unless something really changes, I have no desire to play Epic 7, basically.
It's literally just going to be a handful.
It's just gonna be you and me, Meep.
Like
Wait, it's
all
me.
these
I'm
people
here
that
for
are saying
US.
me.
Oh,
no.
you're saying the opposite. You're saying there's only a handful quitting.
There-
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, there's only going to be a handful of people quitting. Half of these people are just trying to be contrarians. It's the same amount of people that just say like, "Oh, I'm never going to pull this unit," and the second the banner drops, $500 right there. Like,
Meep, also
shut up.
not naming names, but some people have quit and then come back multiple times, right? Many
I
people
let me hear.
did. Many
Oh, I
people
quit
have.
and came back. I deleted my whole account and came back. Like,
Yeah. So we'll see who's
This
actually.
Meep
Let's see
guy.
who's actually. First off, guys, I don't want y'all to quit though. Real talk, and it's not just because this is my my mortgage is on the line or anything, but I do like it was just last thing I'll leave y'all with. I kept hinting at it, but you guys know I was. Let's not get into it, but the new games that are coming out that are like, they look whack. Concord. I was even talking about Dragon Age. A lot of the times people say, don't play it. It's not for you. I would rather people want to play the game and want better for it than not play it, because what happens is, yeah, no one's gonna play Epic 7 if you guys keep telling people to quit. And to me, that's the worst thing. I would rather y'all be fighting for something
telling
better.
anybody to quit.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's.
I'm just wondering.
Sometimes the memes, man, they get me a little depressed, dude. I don't want y'all quitting the game. I'd rather us fight to make it better, but I get it. It's been 6 years, and you guys do you. But we'll see. Meep's right. We'll see who actually quits or not. I'm here to US. Hell yeah, Ryan.
Full of shit.
The what?
Half of chat is full of shit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Breaks. As long as y'all stay with me, guys, because we'll play other games. We'll watch some hentai. And I'm going to leave it on that note.
There was literally one person all day. Out of these 3 hours, one person who had the balls to come up and argue with me, and he had base takes.
Frolis? Yeah, I admire Frolis. You know,
one person.
Yeah, we'll see. Guys, next time, please come on.
You know, I would have came and argued with you, Meep, but I was working until like 5 minutes before I'd gotten this voice call.
I would have argued with you, Meep, if you were on the other side.
All right. Yeah, everyone has excuses.
You would argue with me if I was wrong.
Everyone's got excuses now, dude.
Wait, whoa. I came here ready to blast everyone, and then I realized that me and Meep had the same take. And then
he came in with fire, but Meep already
would have argued if I was wrong, but I'm not wrong. I was wrong on a couple points. I do have to concede to Frolis a little bit.
You know, hey, I like that. We did come together a little bit. All right, YouTube, thanks so much for hanging, guys. All y'all over there, stages. SSJ, Ryan, don't forget to tune in on Friday if you want to watch some anime with us. And then Twitch, you guys know the deal. You're always a pleasure. I did have to ban someone today, though. I think I banned, what's his name?
STG.
STG. So someone can unban him. He was typing some China stuff that it was too much at the time. All right, guys, have a good night. Come see me tomorrow, and I'll be on Friday as well, all right? Meep and everyone on voice. Thanks for coming in, boys. Much love.
Thanks.
Later,
Fuck
y'all.
you, Red.
Fuck you, Red. Bye, guys. Love you, Red. Fuck you, Red.